Party people in the place to be. What's good? It's your number one Chief Rocker, Nick's Universe, your main man. Oh, I said Nick's Universe. I'm the number one Chief Rocker, period. Right? The number one Chief Rocker. What's good, everybody? Salute. Welcome to Vibes and Stuff. Y'all know what it is. It's that place where we come together and we talk about stuff and the vibe. Backstage, I got my guy, the original R&B sensation, DSJ. And after this intro, we are going to get into a conversation that has been about 4 years long. There is no end in sight to this conversation, but we don't care. And we want you to be a part of this conversation. So let me do this. Where is it? Here it is.
Yeah. This is Vibes and Stuff. Check it out.
We're diving in with a world collide. Culture's gone into crazy ride. Music's pumping, food's on the plate. We're vibing here, let's celebrate. Vibes and stuff, we keep it real. Talking about the way we feel. From the beats to the love we share. Everything in between we care. Uncle Freezy vibing all night and all day. Big pizza, always something to say. Our main man in the cut, he is soul finger. DSJ always showing up as a soulful singer. Ron, Bully and Corey always being so thorough. Don't forget from that ain't rap Triborough.
It's Vibes and Stuff. Vibes and Stuff.
Vibes and stuff, we keep it real. Talking about the way we feel. Talking about the way we feel. From the beats to the love we share. From the beats to the love we share. Everything in between we care. Everything in between we care. It's not just talk, it's how we grow.
It's Vibes and Stuff.
Life's a rhythm, we all move.
Vibes and Stuff.
DSJ is in the building. Salute, sir. What's good?
What's going on, Oak? How you feeling?
What's going on, my man? And you know my brain is hurting. That's some leaders of the new school right there, bro. But whatever, man. What's good with you?
Hey, life's a rhythm, we all move.
Vibes and stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, that joint fire, bro.
Oh man. Hey, I ain't gonna front. I kind of want to re-record it myself.
Yeah, man. That joint fire, right?
Throw me on a remix.
Yeah, bro. That remix is gonna be bonkers, bro. That remix is gonna be bonkers, bro. that remix is gonna be bonkers, bro. That remix is gonna be crazy. Yeah, but hey, man, so the question at hand is this. So people can't find us, right? So people can't find us on YouTube. Now,
Okay.
people find us on X, which is a great thing. Salute to our people on X. As a matter of fact, on the @BigFreezy channel on X, I think the vibes and stuff people are carrying us there. I think more people tune in on X for vibes than they may do for Lawrence Tears. I'm not for sure. Maybe true, may not be true. I'm not for sure. I know the number of viewers on X when we do vibes is usually higher on X than it is on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
But shout out to the people at X that show love and support.
Shout out to the X Clan. Shout out to our people on X. So DSA, this is the thing, man. I wanted to talk to you about and X's. This is what I want you to help us with. should we change the name on Vibes and Stuff in order to be more discoverable on YouTube? Now, I know y'all find me on X because I'm at Big Freezy, right? So it's something that we all identify with. You know that I am Big Freezy, aka Uncle Freezy, the slimmed down version. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So my thing is, though, should we make that change, and how drastic should the name change be, at the same time keeping the essence of Vibes and Stuff?
The only thing I honestly feel like I would do is just add the name Uncle Freezy's Vibes and Stuff, almost like Pee Wee's Playhouse. You
Right.
know, it still carries the name that we've come to grow and love,
Right.
all the while giving it at least some personalization. And for those that already follow you, already know you, whether it's through the Blue Orange Tears channel, um, it'll just add another element to what you bring to the table,
Right.
and essentially, I guess what we all bring to the table in terms of the conversation.
Right. I'm asking ChatGPT right now. Right. Just excuse me, getting ChatGPT involved, and to see if there is the reason why I'm getting ChatGPT involved, just so that the AI can search YouTube for a name that would be, because Try, what's good, bro?
Salute.
What up, Try?
What up, Delano?
Yeah, man. So
ChatGPT don't care. They probably just tell you the same thing. Life's the rhythm. We all move.
Hey, Try, you got a little echo, man.
I got echo.
Is that me? DSA, can you hear it?
Yeah, I hear the echo.
Okay. Hold on. Maybe that's me. Hold on.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. What's going on with you, man?
Chilling, man. Yo, I was pissed that game today, man. We should have won that.
Yeah. Well,
That was one of the biggest Knick playoff games ever for us, and we blew it. And I feel like Monday that's a must win for us.
yeah. I think in terms of momentum, you wanna try to capture or recapture what we already had going, sustaining us.
Yep. Facts. I almost broke my TV. I was so pissed.
I ain't know for those a few plays I was out there trying to throw my hands in the air like
You know, is Cat's finger broken or is he good?
I don't know. I think it gradually got worse considering that he had a hand injury before this, or a thumb injury
Right.
before this.
Yeah, because he told the reporters after the game that he took an X-ray, but he didn't reveal if it's broken or not.
Well, fingers crossed that he'll be all right, ready to go.
Yeah, definitely. We gotta win Monday and put Boston on the ropes. We don't want to give them no hope so that they get tired up.
I just I'm such a fan of what we've done, and
Yeah.
I feel like the climbing back from 20 points. It really put a light on our capabilities.
Right. But now we in a position where we can end this season on Monday, like really, you know what I'm saying? Even if we got to go back to Boston and they win, it'll still be 3-2, and then we could come back here and close it out. But I really think that's a must win for the Knicks.
Yeah, well, hopefully Nixon 5.
Yeah, for real. Like Brunson got to have that breakout game. He hasn't really had it yet.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yo,
Oh, I still hear the echo, man. God damn it,
is it me?
it may be, bro.
Okay.
It may be.
Let me. I'll come back.
Okay. All right. Hey, DSJ. So I put a chat BT alternative to what you said.
Okay.
You see it? Uncle Freezy presents Vibes and Stuff Lifestyle Lounge.
Okay.
That's a long title. And then Vibes and Stuff After Hours Lifestyle with Uncle Freezy. Uncle Freezy presents Grown Folks Vibes and Stuff. Vibes and Stuff Lifetime Show with Uncle Freezy. Uncle Freezy's Vibes and Stuff Lounge.
That might be the closest one right there.
Which one you said? Uncle Freezy's Vibes and Stuff Lounge?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to put it on the screen so you can see what it looks like, the text of it.
How about now?
So, hey, man, you sound great right now.
Okay.
Hey, so Try, how do you like this name right here? Uncle Freezy's Vibes and Stuff Lounge.
That's dope. I love it.
And the other one was Uncle Freezy presents Vibes and Stuff Lifestyle Lounge.
Yeah, that's a little bit too long.
It is too. It's a lot, bro.
Yeah.
It's like a concert.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah. So ChatGPT gave us. I put in what DSJ mentioned, and so it has some ideas based on previous stuff that I entered for Vibes and Stuff to get help.
Right.
Like you know how we do show topics and you just research like, hey,
Yeah.
man, such and such. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So DSA, let's see how that looks on some stuff.
Okay,
Uncle
for sure.
Uncle Freezy's Vibes and Stuff Lounge. And you know, we'll see if it's more searchable. But there's some others. The Vibes and Stuff Show, Urban Life and Chill Talk is one that they presented. And the other
Put a star by that one. Put a star by that one.
By this one, Vibes and Stuff Show, Urban Life and Chill Talk.
Yeah.
Okay. And Vibes and Stuff Live, Real Talk, Music, and More. I like that one, bro.
I like that one too. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that one on the screen to see how it looks. Here on the screen with us. Vibes and Stuff Live, Real Talk, Music, and More. Yeah, that's dope. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the winner.
But the only thing though is the algorithm is going to pick up the first few letters of Vibes and Stuff, and so everything that you see is going to have Vibes and Stuff first. If there was a way we can kind of take Vibes and Stuff from the front so that it'd be more discoverable, like have a precursor, because I like this name, right? But I like Vibes and Stuff even better.
Yeah.
Uncle Freezy's Urban Lounge, Vibes and Stuff. The Vibes and
I'm
Stuff
shaky on that one.
Show. Huh?
Yeah, I'm shaky on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Urban Lounge part though. That let people know what they're getting right off the rip. You already know this is about the culture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I love the name Vibes and Stuff, bro. I don't know. You probably know this, but I get the name from the Tribe Called Quest song.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
That's from the Low End Theory.
Yeah, bro. One of the greatest albums ever.
Yeah.
Some people would say the Tribe Called Quest fourth best album.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's always that in Midnight Marauders for me.
Midnight Marauders, I think, like it just gives it a run for its money.
And
Yeah.
Midnight Marauders is definitely all right, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Y'all didn't enjoy the Love Movement?
Nah, it was too much Q-Tip like solo stuff on it.
Yeah. I'm about to say it felt like a solo album. It felt like a feature of other aspects of Tribe Called Quest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I enjoy Consequence then.
Yeah, I couldn't really rock with it like that.
So yeah, how about Thank You for Your Service? Y'all didn't like Thank You for
That
Your
was good. I enjoyed that. You know, like they for what they did with Five's vocals and you know incorporating Busta and Consequence, it was good.
Honestly, bro, I ain't gonna front.
Mhm.
I think that might be at times that's my
Mhm.
favorite album. At
Oh
times.
wow. Okay.
At times, that's my favorite Tribe album. Now, 93 was such a great year.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna front, man. 93 was such a great year for the culture, bro.
Mhm.
Man, Living Single, to me,
Mhm.
I enjoy Living Single more than I enjoy Martin.
Yeah. Same.
Now, I know people, are like, man, you crazy. But I think the sophistication at times of Living Single, it's like you know how people compare the Jeffersons and Sanford and Son?
Right.
Like Sam, to me, I'm in real life, I'm more like Fred G. Sanford, right? I wish I was more like George Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? Because George
Right.
Jefferson presented some of the elegance at times, right? Some of the elegant stuff that you normally don't get, especially then, like the hint of elegance and stuff.
Right. Right.
But Sanford and Son is real, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned them. I know that Kim Coles and Erica Alexander. Shout out to those beautiful ladies. They're actually doing a podcast called Reliving Single,
Reliving Single. Yeah, I saw it.
where they're having a conversation about the show, backstage aspects of it, and you know, for that show, which was absolutely a cultural phenomenon for women, women of color, I think that it's definitely a needed conversation because it seems like a lot of the conversations when it comes down to women are more battle of the sexes rather than what they bring to the table from a cultural and economic standpoint.
Yeah.
You said it in a way that I was thinking the same thing in a different way. I was thinking the acceptance of individual people that by circumstance are women and are Black makes you think that people in general, right? People first can achieve the things that anybody else can achieve if they have a level playing field. And then you take into the fact that they're females in a male dominated era and they're Black or brown. Right. And I don't know that sounds like a wordy way, but it's an appreciative way of saying that these women did something. But now, do I think there is a tinge of biting from the Golden Girls? Yes. Right. But at the same time, do I think everything that followed Living Single bit Living Single? Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. Like Golden Girls bit Soap for people that remember the TV show Soap. Right. And Soap, for those that don't know, what's Blanche's name? Not Blanche, the other lady, the tall one, B. Arthur.
B. Arthur, yeah.
B. Arthur was in Soap also. I think she was in Soap.
Yeah.
But she had very strong feminine roles in the 70s, right? And either you liked her or you didn't. When I first saw her, I didn't know if I liked her or not because she was so strong on the screen. It was kind of getting away from seeing B. Arthur and then seeing the ladies of the women of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Like, y'all didn't see the women of the 50s, 60s, and 70s. Y'all were too young. I was too young, to be honest, to know what I was looking at. But I do know what I saw, right? Like when you saw the Mary Tyler Moore show, or you saw Rhoda, or you saw any of them shows that came on then, it was always like the woman wanted more. She was struggling against the what's the name? And things just wasn't fair and things of that sort. And it was like a women going against blah, blah, blah. And then even to the point where the movie 9 to 5, y'all remember the movie 9 to 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it was like the women fighting against the boss is a jerk and all that. B. Arthur never gave you the impression she was weak or she was behind anybody. Right? B. Arthur was like, when you saw her on the screen, she had a strong presence, kind of like Queen Latifah. Right? Like when you see Queen Latifah on the screen, you never get the impression that she's vulnerable in her femininity. She may be vulnerable in situations, but that's a human trait. We all get vulnerable in situations. Like man, woman, child, whatever. Like when the car payment due and you like, dang, the car payment is $1,300 and all I got is $1,300. You know, do I pay the car payment or do I wait? Do I want that thing on my credit? Nah, what if something happened next week and I, you know what I'm saying, spent part of the, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you be in those vulnerable spots?
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You like, dang, man.
Do you think that was brought out more from from her character individually, or because of the fact that she was a business owner?
I think first of all, she's from New Jersey. So that's a Jersey trait, right?
Right.
If you're from New Jersey, you know what I'm talking about. Like you got to be strong-willed from day one out here. Because first of all, you living in the shadow of a major city, right? I'm talking about where I'm from, right? Like Northern New Jersey. You living in the shadow, and then New Yorkers gonna swear up and down they better than you off rip just because they from New York. You be like, yo, man, them Jersey hot dogs be 2 for $1. Y'all eating them 2 for $1 franks. And then you be like, but yo, you getting the same franks and y'all paying $8 for it. And you like, but they taste better over here. Brooklyn, I'm from Brooklyn, good. You know what I'm saying? Like, all this stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like a Jersey thing, and it's kind of like a, you know what I'm saying? Y'all been on the screen with me before, and you know how like I can have like this way, right? And like we have this way, right? And it's not like pushy in that sense, but it's also a way, basically. So and you can tell her presence. As soon as you put her on the screen with Tootie, you're like, oh my gosh, bro. Tootie, man.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Regine gives that soft, feminine.
Very.
Right.
Very, yeah. And what's the name?
Like you can tell she wanted to be upscale. She wanted to showcase that she had class.
But how do you get there?
I think it's a matter of her. Well, from just my perspective, right, and watching the show, I think she always had that fly girl. Every guy wants to date me. Every female wants to be me. Kind of mentality. She was always the beauty. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the episode where Naughty by Nature was on there. And Vinny was letting her know, like even from a youngin, like you know, what I'm saying from kindergarten, he was always feeling her in that way.
Right.
So I think that there's an element of she was exposed to that, and once you get that treatment, you know, again, it's hard to turn off, and now you kind of want to live upscale because everybody treats you like you're upscale.
Right. Right. Just Cause in the building. Corey Lee in the place to be. What's good?
Salute.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, man.
Shout out to Just Cause, shout out to Corey Lee, Brooklyn's finest.
Brooklyn's finest. Corey Lee is in the building. Salute. We're gonna deport Corey Lee back to Brooklyn.
Yeah, he keep talking about Queens get the money, but like, fam, you were born in Brooklyn. Like, just claim it. It's all right.
Born and raised on the streets of Brooklyn. Yeah, man.
Yeah, you know, he upset because him and Wiz had that falling out over that girl Renee in the second grade.
Yeah, he's still mad, bro. Get over it, bro. You should have
Get
just gave
over
it
it.
chocolate milk, son. Just give it a chocolate milk.
You know, this is only an extra quarter.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, bro, what's good? Yeah, man. I mean, yo, I ain't gonna front, bro. I know we got a topic. We got two topics on the floor. We got the name change possibility on the floor, and we're talking about the iconic show Living Single at the same time, right? I know we have two topics on the floor at the same time, but I do want to say when I was in second grade, my pops got mad at me for giving the girl the chocolate milk, and I was like, "Pop, what? I mean, she held my hand all day. Do you know how much cachet that get me with the homies when I go back over here and play with the cars?"
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, bro, do you know what it's like when other girls see the pretty girl holding your hand? Like you go from the back of the pack to the front.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of a sudden now you cute as everybody else.
Yeah.
You about to be a poster on the wall like the old Right On magazines.
Right. See, because the thing is with a fella like me, I wasn't born with the exotic features. Like I wasn't born with the green eyes or the good hair. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't born with that. I wasn't born with curly hair or slick hair. I wasn't born with green eyes and all that stuff, right? My mom doesn't speak a different language. She's not from another place. She's from South Carolina, right? So with me, I got to use what I got to get what I want. I got to be Uncle Freezy, right? I got to legit be like, hey, listen, you know.
Number one Chief Rocker. Hey,
Yeah.
well, before we go further, can I just take the time to say to all the mothers that are listening and will eventually listen, Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's
Much
Day.
love and appreciation.
Oh no.
Cheers to y'all.
Yep.
Yo, was that not a great song, bro?
Cheers to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very
I think
underrated.
it was definitely a great follow-up song. That would have been the lead single if I was pushing that label.
Right.
What was the first single?
Oh, yeah.
It's like feel something. It was the kind of like an upbeat song, and it really didn't do too well on the charts.
Right.
Yeah, Cheers to You was, man. Shout out to Jay-Z for sampling that song. Jay-Z Jazzo. That joint fire. That's my favorite Jay-Z song, I think.
Yep.
Jigga what? Jigga who? Jigga
Oh,
what?
Yeah.
Jigga who? Yeah. 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 So, all right. So we got a few things open at once. What I'll say is, what I'll introduce is this. We got to change the Vibes and Stuff name just so that we can be discoverable. Right. And so the salesperson in me says we have to use Vibes and Stuff in the name just not in the beginning. Right.
Right.
How we be more discoverable is introducing something at the beginning, but having vibes and stuff in it. Like at least the first 10 letters or so has to be something totally different from the pack, just so that it's discoverable. And then vibes and stuff has to be definitely in the middle, not at the end. Right. And so I don't know if I like Uncle Freezy Presents Vibes and stuff, even though I feel like that's dope. But like Try said, it's a little long, and it's got the semicolons in it. And how often do people type semicolons? Uncle Freezy Vibes and Stuff Lounge, I like that too. But I mean, I don't know. But what I'd like to do though is maybe table that for a little bit, maybe towards the end of the conversation, and then talk to y'all about like the year 1993, and get y'all sense on it. Right. So in 1993 in sports, I think the Dallas Cowboys were the Super Bowl champs in '93. I think if I have my math right. In 1993, the Chicago Bulls were the NBA champs. They beat the Phoenix Suns. Yep. What was fashion like though in 1993?
The finals?
Fashion?
You mean the fashion? The fashion
And everything, yeah. Jewelry?
Yeah. The fashion was crazy. Like we were rocking, we were still rocking polo, but we had like, the Gap. People, there's kids that in school I was rocking the Gap, and cross colors was still a thing, and Carl Kanai, and it was crazy. Like it was so many things to choose from to wear, and oh man, I miss those days. 'Cause I feel like it's not the same no more when it comes to fashion, especially when it came to like the sneakers. Like nobody was wearing the same sneakers back then.
Oddly enough, though, it does feel like a resurgence because now it's like the Barclays are coming back out.
Right.
They retro the Jordans like every 5-6 years from that era. Like even now, they're doing the Bugs Bunny hair Jordan 8s and the Aqua Air Jordan 8s this year.
Right.
And those were the ones with the famous straps that he wore against the Phoenix Suns. So you got those coming out. And as far as Kanai goes, like Kanai is actually popping up. It's been popping up for like a couple of years.
Yeah. And
almost treated more like upscale urban wear. But the fact that it's still like a prominent name.
Right.
It's crazy that's again making a resurgence.
Yeah.
As 40-year-olds, would you still rock those styles from the 90s?
For me, no.
Okay.
The sneakers maybe, because again, I think there's a certain level of aesthetically, like there's still a level that you can get away with. But in terms of like the Kanai baggy jeans and the Kanai striped shirts with the metal plate on, like I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm far removed from that fashion wise, but I get where it's still a bankable market for other people to get involved with.
Right.
But for me specifically, personally, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, baggy. I used to love baggy jeans in the 90s, and now I look back at that style. I'm like, it's. I think that style should stay in the 90s. I don't think like now. In this era, like to me, it looks tacky now. Like back then, you know what I'm saying? Like back then, it was in style, and I just look at old pictures like, damn, I can't believe I would wear some of these baggy jeans, but
That man said
I actually like the
khaki, bro.
jeans like fitted now. I like the jeans fitted and tailored for your actual size. But I know they're coming back, but I think that's the one fashion look that I would leave in the 90s. I wouldn't wear that right now.
Wow.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to repeat that trend.
Yeah.
Really?
And Tim's in the summer. Like I tried that many times and I still see people do it. I can't wear Tim's in the summer anymore.
I ain't gonna front, bro.
No.
Yeah, y'all heard it from me first. I'm gonna keep it a stack.
Right.
Right. Timberland, the biscuit toe Tims was the worst idea anybody ever had in their life. But you know what though? If you put a fashion name on it, people will wear anything, bro.
Yeah.
People will wear a garbage bag if you stitch Kith on it. Right? If you stitch Kith on a garbage bag, people will wear it, bro.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, Kanye had a lot of people dressing like homeless people, so I could only imagine, throw a name on it and, you know what I mean, a recognizable name, and they'll absolutely flock. $1,200 for this sweatshirt.
Crazy.
It got stains in it. Yeah, but that's how it's made.
That's how it.
All right.
Yeah. It was on Kanye bathroom floor. Oh, bro, I paid $1,500 for it. Nah, bro. Nah, don't. I'm not gonna lie to you. My personal style is if it look good, wear it. Right. That's my personal thing. Now, it don't have to be a certain brand, because in a very cocky, overconfident, narcissistic way, I feel like I could put anything on and I'll look good in it. Right. Now, I know that's arrogant. Right. But that's not arrogance towards the world. That's a very deep internal self-confidence.
Yeah,
Right?
I was just about to say, is it necessarily arrogance or just that you know your sense of style?
No, it's arrogant me saying it, not me believing it.
I say that. I actually say the same thing. Like, I feel that way.
Right. But
and I don't care. And I don't care who feels a way about it. Like, at the end of the day, because I prove it. Like, there are people that'll stop and what's that you got on, or someone will compliment the fit.
Right.
It's like, again, I don't, yeah, because that's what I do. I won't go that far, but I'm appreciative of it.
That's the arrogant part, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I would never go that far. But I do internally know, like, okay, when I put this together, I know I'm gonna get positive reviews.
You know this gonna be fire.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. No, that's the part. That's the part that I'm saying. Like, I already, like, the thing I learned as a very young person is, regardless what's the style right now, in about 4 months it may not be the style no more.
Right.
I learned that in the 70s, bro. Like, I learned, bro, like, legitimately, the white on white Pumas, like the Clyde Pumas in the 70s, bro, you couldn't catch nobody wearing Nike back then, bro. People would laugh, like, ah, you got on the Mikeys. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Murder you, right? When it came to Nike, right? And so there were other styles back then too, like the Chuck Taylor Converse, all of that. Like, I couldn't see myself, I couldn't envision myself looking like Welcome Back Kotter. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was for like the older dudes. They out there in Chucks and all that. Man, I can't. No, those Pumas though, bruh. I would wear those Pumas and the Puma T-shirt. Y'all remember the Puma T-shirt with the font, with the little Puma laying on the top of the Puma thing?
Yep.
Yeah, and the tail used to make the in part of the U. Y'all remember the U with the Puma tail? Now, I had like 3 of those shirts, bro, and I had them in rotation. Like, I wear like Sunday, Tuesday, Friday. I'm like wearing them joints, bro, different color. and I had the laces to match the t-shirt, and I'll take my laces out and wash them and press them. Y'all remember ironing boards? Remember ironing boards used to be a thing?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man, definitely. And if I felt like a way, like if I had like a date, I was saying when I say date, I mean a chance occurrence with a girl you liked. Of course, when you ate, you can't plan dates like, hey, mom, I'm going out. I'll be out late. I'll be home. You better be home by 7. Oh, wow. She letting me stay out till 7 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? That's how young I was, right?
You had the fat laces and the Pumas?
Now, mind you, shoestrings got gradually thicker over the years, right? By the time fat laces went out, remember even jumbo laces came out after fat laces. So they were kind of getting bigger, thicker, and thicker, and thicker, and thicker over the years. So I would say what look regular size now was considered thick back when I'm talking about.
Right.
Remember they're called shoestrings, right? Because they used to look like strings in your shoe, right?
Right.
And so then they changed them to laces because they getting thicker and thicker and thicker. So yeah, man. So yeah, I had the laces in them, and I strung them up a certain kind of way.
Right.
And I remember telling when I was probably in 3rd grade. So I mean maybe 4th grade. 4th grade I was gone. Teachers couldn't tell me nothing about my shoes. So probably about 3rd grade, I remember stringing up my shoes and I didn't have them tied. I like pull them out like bunny ear them at the little eyelet, tie a knot in them, but I wouldn't tie them. Right. And I remember my teacher saying, hey, son, tie your shoes. No, I ain't tying nothing. You crazy. You think I'm gonna wrinkle up my shoelaces? Are you bonkers?
Right.
And teachers didn't understand it because we still had stuff. Y'all remember PE?
Yeah. We called it gym.
Gym, right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, how you gonna tell me to string up my laces in gym? And my gym teacher, Mr. Smith, was like, fool, your shoe gonna come off. And I'm like, so I'll just put it back on. If my shoe gonna come off, I'm gonna lose my leg. I just put my shoe back on.
Wow.
Right, like, dog, what are we talking about? But Mrs. Smith couldn't understand it. But anyways, when I'm talking about, I guess the era I'm talking about, this is like 75-ish, maybe 76-ish. Something like 76. So it's like 76, 77. As a matter of fact, it's not even 75. This is like 76, 77, right? And so, like the styles from then, bro, I would just feel like, you create your own style, right? I remember like trying legitimately, I used to take Hanes t-shirts and graffiti draw Clyde Frazier stuff on like one of my Hanes. My mom wouldn't let me do the whole pack. Right. Not to wear. Now I could do it and wear it as an undershirt, but you ain't gonna wear no Clyde Frazier. That's back when you used to get this thing called beatings. I don't know if that's a politically correct thing, but my mom would threaten me with a beating if I wore Clyde Frazier stuff during the school year. During the summer, ain't nobody care. You don't had a t-shirt all year. It looked raggedy anyway, right? As long as you iron it, as long as you be presentable when you go outside.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was, but yeah, man, that was, so back in that era, it was like a thing where clothes make the man. I mean, man make the clothes, right? Man make the clothes don't make the man. That was the thing. Like, put you an outfit together and you be fly. That's why when I asked y'all the question, would y'all rock those styles from the 90s now?
I mean, you know what it is? Like, the nostalgia of the labels, like, it's always been connected to the hip-hop culture. So, like, if, like, I would wear them, but it wouldn't be everything from that era. Like, if Corkenai came out with, like, a sweatsuit set, or I could do that. I don't know, the jeans, I don't know if I could do that. I always liked his hoodies and his shirts, and so certain things I think I would still rock from like those labels.
Right.
I just think there's a certain level of maturity and style change within self that eventually takes over. So what was at one point stylish might not be what you personally perceive as stylish today. So under those circumstances, nah, like I wouldn't rock it. If it's something that I'd like, if it's a style or a silhouette that I like, then yeah, okay, yeah, sure. If I could put a fit together with it, absolutely. But just because of the name, like nah, that wouldn't draw me in.
I think y'all shoot me the gas, bro.
There's no need for me to shoot gas. I shoot it straight. Like at the end of the day, I would have to see because like prime example, like I would wear a Lacoste polo or a Ralph Lauren polo,
Ralph Lauren.
and while some might consider it like nostalgic or maybe even past its prime, my thing is it's a classic look
Right.
if I put it together correctly.
See, that's what I think y'all shoot me the gas at. See, because the thing is, if the style, if the fashion from then has a modern take, like today, if you buy into the Ralph Lauren Romantics collection, right? 2025.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Where you know you got the dress polo with the zip. I wore a couple on the joint and people thought they were like just regular shirts, right? And so
Like a 3/4.
yeah, like you know how it have the button up, like it's normally a button up, right? But it's got the zip
Right.
on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I got one in there on the chair I'm gonna wear for Mother's Day, right? So people ain't even know what it was. They like, oh yeah, man, Uncle Freezy looked nice, right? No, it didn't have the one I have. Don't have the standout Ralph Lauren thing on it because it's the Ralph Lauren, right?
Right.
It's not the polo,
Right.
right? And so since it's the Romantics collection, people are looking at it like, you know, he always be clean, right? If they know that shirt cost me $110, they're like, hey, that shirt got out of you crazy. Is what I like. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But if you go back to 93 and pull that same style and try to wear it in 2025, I think that's where y'all disagree at. Like, I don't think y'all are aware the 1993 styles.
I mean, because well, to me, there's certain styles from like that whole era where it's still you can still pull it off now. But then there's certain ones that came out, like I said, like the baggy jean look. I wouldn't do that now in 2025. But like polo, to me, when you look at the polo collection, they actually retro like the 90s decade of polo because people missed those collections. You know what I'm saying? So those are still doable. You know, like the Calcanard, you know, button downs and the hoodies, the sweatshirts. I could still rock that. You know what I'm saying? Because sweatshirts will never go out of style, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
but there's certain there's like when I look at the 90s, like the cross colors, when it came to like the colored jeans, like the denim sets that they had, I wouldn't wear like the yellow cross-colored denim set or the purple. You know what I mean? But
yeah, you not wear the mustard colored jabot.
nah, and then we had like they had like one with like the jailhouse stripes or whatever. I wouldn't wear those. But like the
Yeah.
all black, I could do the all black one.
Right. Right. Yeah. No, hey man, I dig it. I'll tell you what I would rock though.
Mhm.
Y'all remember the Carl Canal sweatshirts?
Yeah.
Like the Snow White Carl Canal, that shit. It just looked cold when you have it
Yeah.
on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I would rock that. Now I'm not going out the door looking like not like few Schnickens. Ring the alarm.
Right.
Nah, DSJ, no, I'm not going out the door with the Snow White Carl Canal hoodie and the Snow White Carl Canal boots with the big metal thing on the boot.
Yeah.
With the big strap coming across, make it look like it's 2 degrees. Nah.
Yeah, you trying to look like Snow Patrol from Superfly from the current the current version. Nah, I'm good on that.
Now I would wear the hoodie though. Now the hoodie
Yeah.
is the hoodie is fire. As a matter of fact, I was looking at callkanai.com. I was actually on the site,
Mhm.
and so some of the styles is kind of played.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like some of these styles, I just can't do. Right? Like the one with the labels all over the bro. I
Yeah.
can't. The hockey jersey, no.
Mhm.
No, but the original hoodie that you used to see back in hip hop. You remember Vibe magazine?
Yep.
Yeah.
Now the hoodie that you see in Vibe magazine, you know what I'm saying, with the baggy coconut, I can almost pull that off maybe once a year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I can pull it off once a year, but for that to be my staple, nah.
No.
And to be honest with you, I don't even wear. When I met Triborough, and when I first started talking to Triborough, right?
Mhm.
When I first met Triborough, we would do like in the Discord and all that stuff.
Right.
I used to buy a pair of Cole Haan shoes about once a month,
Mhm.
right? And then people, and Cole Haan is a style that's slept on, like
Right.
the Cole Haan boat shoes, bro. With some shit, bro, fire. I like them over Louis Vuitton boat shoes.
Right.
Right? Of course, I can't afford Louis Vuitton boat shoes.
Mhm.
I mean, I probably can, but I won't be able to buy another pair of shoes for the whole year. That's like my whole shoe budget for a year. Like, who got $2,800 for a pair of shoes that you're gonna wear once every 6 months?
Right.
Nah, not the kid, not the
That's
kid,
right.
bro.
Yeah.
Coach Malpica does.
Yeah,
Shout out to Coach.
shout out to Coach.
Mhm.
Corey Lee does, bro. I heard Corey Lee. I heard Corey Lee was out there shot earlier in the year, like around February, March. I heard that man was going through some. You know what I'm saying? I heard he had his personal assistant ordering him shoes every week.
Wow.
If it's not like a collaborative Jordan, then he won't. It's not on his radar. It's got to be a Alma Mater collab, a Union LA collab,
Yeah.
trophy rooms, nothing but trophy rooms.
Yeah, nah, bro. Triborough, hey, I gotta make you laugh, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the Call Canal outfit on the screen, bro.
Uh-huh.
And I promise you, I'm only doing this to make you laugh, bro. Right? I'm only gonna this is what Call Canal want us to wear in 2025, bro. This is what he wants us to wear in 2025.
Is that like a khaki set?
Why would I pay $125 for a Call Canal khaki set, bro?
Because of the name. That's really what it's about.
See,
Yeah.
Yeah, you lost me the moment you went down. Like if it was just like like a shirt and some slacks, then I could see that. I mean, that's like
the pants are too baggy at the bottom.
look how long they are, bro. What the fuck?
That's way too much.
You gotta hem that up.
Yeah, you gotta cut that off.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Call Canal. Come on, dog. What are we doing?
That's for the guy that was in jail for about 38 years and just got out.
Yeah, and he might do a certain type of walk.
Right.
Like
my man definitely got that appeal finally.
Yeah, finally, right? Finally. That's not me though. I'm more like I tell you who, a dude that probably wants to dress like me. Yeah, I remember Grand Poobah in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's kind of my bag right there.
Yeah.
A little bit, but not oversized. You remember how oversized everything was on Poobah?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll dress like that now, but I don't do that oversized. I'm a big person anyway. And so just the fact of me wearing all that material, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to look like Missy Elliott, bro. I ain't super fly, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't need all that material. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So what's your favorite fashion from 93 then?
I love like you mean like the labels? I love like cross colors like 92, like before they started doing like the colored denim, you know what I'm saying? Like Cross Colors was really one of my favorites, and
Yeah.
Nautica, and you know, I didn't wear every hip hop label that was out because I just felt like at that time, like a lot of those labels not gonna be around for too long. Like, you know, like when you look at Ralph Lauren, when you look at Tommy Hilfiger, like those are timeless brands. And then but when you for our people, when you had like the urban designers like, you know, Maurice Malone and Sir Benny Miles, I just felt like at that time it was like they trendy for now, like they in style for now. What happens another 2-3 years? Then when it's out of style, you basically bought you know, hundreds of dollars worth of clothing from like Jimmy Jazz or Dr. J's, and you can't even wear it no more.
And you can't even wear it no more. And
Yeah.
even
So
give it away.
so even back then, like that's how I would think. I'm like, I'm only gonna wear certain brands. I'm not gonna wear every brand that's out there, you know. And then it's like when you look at it in hindsight, a lot of those brands, you know, they fell off.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially t-shirts.
Yeah.
Especially t-shirts, bro. Because I had I found this guy. I think it might have been a knockoff too. Now that I think about it, but I saw this dude on the corner,
Mhm.
and he sold me like he was like, "Yo, done." This is how people used to talk back in the
Right.
day, right? This is people in Brooklyn used to speak their own language, right?
Mhm.
Back in the day. Yo, done. Yo, t-shirts. Yo, for $100.
Mhm.
Like $100.
Yeah.
And so I bought him, right?
Right.
It was I forget who it was. I think it was the FUBU Fat Albert t-shirt collection. I don't know if y'all remember that or not.
I remember that. Yeah.
But I got the orange shirt with Fat Albert face on it.
Right.
The orange one, and you throw them on with some FUBUs, you know what I'm saying? Bro. And some Timbs. You couldn't tell me I wasn't recording a video that afternoon, bro. You feel me? You feel me? Like, and so back then I wasn't really a jewelry person like that.
Right.
Like if I spent money on jewelry, it was like earrings. Like I go to what was K Jewelers before they changed the name to K? Yeah, I remember oh my God. I forget what the name of it was, but it was a jewelry place before they just changed it to KAY. It was called something else.
Mm-hmm.
But I go in there and I would buy like the quarter carat studs.
Yeah.
And I think they would be like, I think they cost back then, they were like $199.
Right.
And back then, $199, bro. When my check tried $199, guess how my check was back then?
How much?
My weekly check was $118.
Oh man. You were balling.
No, I was it's a motherfucker. Bro, I was fronting hard though, bro. Fronting hard, bro.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I would spend money on that, right? Or like I'll do this, like I'll spend like $200 on something like this that was like 18 karat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Something like that. Back when dudes used to wear big, you know what I'm saying? Like this, they would spend money. I wouldn't spend money on that.
Yeah.
Right. I'd spend the money on something like that where I know it's real. They put, you go to K ain't gonna sell you nothing fake.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I go to K, put it. Y'all remember layaway?
Mm-hmm.
I put that thing on layaway for like 6 months, bro. Every time I get paid, go put like
Freezy, that happened to me. I had went down in the East Village. Like this is like before 9/11.
Yeah.
And that whole area down there, they had like different jewelry shops like on the side streets. And I had put I made a layaway plan for this chain. The thing is, like, I never went to get the chain back, and then when I wanted to, 9/11 happened, and that store like was gone. You know what I'm saying? It was like right before 9/11. I was like, damn, yo, I waited too long.
Oh, your money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Put your deposit down. Because So true story. That same place that Triborough talking about.
Mhm.
I went to go get 2 bottom gold caps over there. This is like 85.
Right.
This is when gold tooth was popular with the older crowd,
Mhm.
but not real popular with the young cats.
Right.
And I saw a dude on my block named Remus. He had the whole bottom done, right? One of my friends, he grew up, he kind of helped me in these streets, like kind of dudes like that. I'm gonna just say this and I'll get back on the topic. Dudes like that who was in the street and knew that you were not gonna be a street dude would be like your pops in the street. Them was like your uncles.
Right.
Right. And he used to always straighten me out like, hey, Uncle Freezy, like you nice with them hands, but you just can't go around talking that noise to everybody because these dudes ain't gonna play nice out here. They ain't always gonna shoot you to fit. These dudes will cut you.
Right.
They'll shoot you.
Mhm.
Right. I'm like, man, I ain't worried about it. Man, I get them out in the middle of the street and say, and this is now, mind you, when he's telling me this, I'm 10 and I could fight and beat 14-year-olds off the hands in the street. That
Right.
was something, bro. Like dudes, like the dope boys were legit. Yo, get your mans from around there, and we gonna put up $20 on Uncle Freezy. You know what I'm saying? And like we go to the tennis court, and they bring their 10-year-old, and I be out there. They be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You can't let this Van Nostrand, son. You know what I'm saying? You can't let dudes come over here. You get pumping my head up, and then I beat up somebody 10-year-old or whatever with these hands or whatever. And you don't win them all. You don't win them all now. Now I'm not saying I'm Mike Tyson, nothing like that. But you know, you win some, you lose some. Dudes be like, nah, man, Uncle Freezy, you need to work on your defense. So you letting that dude, hey man, and I be in the mirror in the house shadow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you know, you ever heard the term DSA? You ever heard the term too big for your britches?
Yeah.
And so dudes like that, like Louis and Monty and Remus, dudes like that on our street would be like, hey, don't you be talking that thing to them 16-year-olds, bro. Like these dudes done been locked up. They home. Like they'll say they used to use terms that I didn't understand at the time. Like, yo, them dudes been sat down, bro.
Mhm.
These dudes been sat down and they back. And I'm like, sat down? Sat down with you? I'm 10. I don't understand what sat
Yeah, you
down.
thinking sat down in timeout or something like that.
Yeah, because I'm 10.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like dudes be walking past me. They look like they my age. They 16. They got muscles. And they'll be telling mama jokes. And I'll be like, yeah, you right, man. Your mama is. And they be like, yo, don't you talk about that man mama, bro? You got to relax, yo. You lucky he laughed. Because he'd have cut you on your face. He ain't fast enough to cut me on my face. You know what I'm saying? But these dudes was gangsters, is what I'm saying.
Right.
Like these dudes, when they wake up in the morning, they ain't worried about school, bro, because they've been out all night.
Right.
They 15 years old and they day start at 1 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? My day started at 6 o'clock in the morning, getting dressed to Patrice Rushen, you know what I'm saying? Greasing my cornrows and stuff like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But anyways, the point that I'm making ultimately is like these dudes kind of like kept you in place, checked you. And I'm kind of thankful for that now that I'm older. Now that I'm older, I realize that them dudes were like mentorship. These dudes is like they ain't have to, but they did it because they didn't get that at home, and they don't want to see like the younger dudes behind them come up and have what it take at home, and then choose the street life anyway.
Right.
So, but anyway, but yeah, DSJ. I guess ultimately, when they come to those styles, bro. Some stuff I just can't. Okay. So I'll give another example. Like y'all remember the HBCU hoodies and sweatshirts?
Yeah, I love those.
Yeah.
I could wear that right now, bro.
Yeah, and they bought those back.
Yeah, I can wear those right now, bro.
Yeah.
Right. What I can't do though is the Concanine mini stripe shirts with the soft hood on the back.
Right.
I can't do that, bro. The cross color ones, the lime green, bright orange, and yellow shirts.
Yeah.
with the pinstripes going down. Nah.
Yeah.
That's the negatory. Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot go out here looking like the brat, bro.
Uh,
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, man. So what is a style you wish would come back?
a style I wish would come back. Oh
Yeah.
man. You know what I do? I miss the Columbia rain suits. Remember those?
Yeah.
With the matching rain jacket and the pants.
Yeah.
I miss those. You know, that's like the main one. I can't really think of anything else that I would like to come. I mean, because most of it is back. It's just, you know, they're not selling the exact OG line for some of them, but they have like different pieces. But I think the Columbia rain suits, that was really big for us in the 90s.
I'm from Jersey, bro.
Mhm.
And do the Columbia. We did this right here, bro. We did the Carhartt.
Carhartt, yeah. But see, Carhartt, everybody wear Carhartt again. So
Yeah. I never stopped, bro. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna front. I ain't gonna front. I never stopped from about 90 to today. I never stopped, man, with Carhartt.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Because even when I was working construction, they would sell the Carhartt t-shirts for $20 in Lowe's.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know the lime green with the action green ones, like you
Yeah.
in the construction site or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, and DSA, I ain't gonna front. I think I like Carhartt more than I like Timberland.
I mean, I think Timberland just became one of those more fashionable. It became a more of a fashionable brand. Carhartt never really caught on like that.
Right.
But I mean, other people did rock it, so it's not like nobody, what I'm saying, looked at Carhartt like it was
Right.
off brand or anything like that. It just, I think Timberlands really became like a fashionable asset outside of construction.
I don't know. I think Timberland just do shoes. Because even if I gotta wear a rugged wear, I would rather wear the North Face than wear Timberland outerwear.
Right.
Right.
But
Like,
it became but the boots became a staple. It was, it's almost like it's part of the urban footwear.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still, to this day, it still is like the one mainstay.
Yeah.
So Jordans, Nikes, and Timberlands seem to always be in every urban closet.
right.
As opposed to where Carhartt is like, you might buy the T-shirt.
Yeah.
The
jackets.
And if I was just about to say, and if you're working, I think once you get to a point where it's not necessarily for fashion but for function, you'd buy the Carhartts.
Yeah. Right.
So that's where I sit with it. As far as a brand that I would bring back, I'd probably say Guess.
Ooh.
Guess USA.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Question mark guess? Or
Yeah.
triangle
Yeah.
guess? Or triangle guess?
Well, both. I like Triangle Guess, 10 Pocket Jeans Guess. That would probably be like the one brand that I would bring back, almost because I feel like it'd be as classic as Nautica.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I agree.
See, this is a touchy subject, bro. Why you gotta compare it to Nautica? I'm confused.
Well, I think just because of the fact that the look is a classic look.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't necessarily matter your age more than it is the style. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can have like a T-shirt that represents the brand with just the logo, and it won't necessarily scream, "Oh, I got money to buy." You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't do that.
It's
And I
clean.
think right, and Nautica does the same thing. You see the logo on the left side of the breastplate area, the lapel area, and I
Yeah.
think with Guess, like they just have it more like centered in the middle of your chest, but it's
Right.
small. It's not like a big standout thing.
Mhm.
And
Oh,
I think and I think with that, that's why like certain labels, certain looks remain a classic look, and even if it becomes a recycled, like we'll come back to it. Why they do come back to it, it doesn't stand out loud and proud.
right,
It's enough to let you know that there's somebody behind this.
Yeah.
right. Ooh, yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Guess? That's wild, bro. What about you? What about you, Trapper?
Guess I love Guess. I had a lot of Guess, clothing as growing up. I missed the Guess overalls. Remember those?
Yeah,
Where we
Yep.
had like the Guess denim overalls and we would like rock it with one strap on our shoulder.
The one strap. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
and the Guess watch. Well, they still got the Guess watches. Guess watches was like a staple too.
yep.
You know, yeah, like Guess is definitely like that's like one of the like it was more affordable for us in the urban area neighborhoods.
I
Bro,
think even at the time where you look at when it caught on, it felt like when that style caught on, the one actual signature line that had that went away from it because it focused strictly on like baby clothes. But remember, Oshkosh
Yeah.
used to be like the brand for the
Hmm.
overalls.
Yep.
And then the moment that Guess caught on, it's like Oshkosh decided, okay, for one, not only are we going to rebrand and join with the Gap, now we're also going to release the same type of look and line
right,
because they saw the money. Now they saw the money attachment to it. Like I can see where the profit margin is with
right,
this specific piece of clothing,
Right.
and
right.
so now it became the thing where do you go with the brand that made it popular or with the original brand?
Ooh,
Hmm.
And so sometimes you look at the back of it and say, okay, you saw the Guess with the triangle, and sometimes you saw the Oshkosh across the back.
right. Wow.
Yeah.
Guess, bro. Ooh. Mm. Yo, so I'll say this, bro.
Mhm.
To that, it's gonna sound mad crazy, right? But I was dating a girl one time from off Orient, right? She was fine, bro. She legit was like the first Nia Long type chick I ever dated. Like the
Right.
chick, she from the hood, but she like is like, yo, Uncle Freezy, I needed you a hat.
Mhm.
Like the fuck? I ain't with a hat. Like she like DSA, she gave you the Erica Badu vibes.
Oh
Like
wow.
like she from your hood. She from your hood, but she came from like a good family. Like her mom's was a principal and her father was a cop and a detective. And when you come over, he'll ask you questions like, "Yo, I saw y'all on the stoop drinking 40s the other day," and I'm like, "So?" And he like, and I'm like, "Yo!" And one time, legit, one time, one time he pulled up in front of the suit, like me, Keith from next door. We was on Carteret. One time, me, Keith from next door. He the dude that put me on Ultramagnetic MCs. He was like,
Right.
"You ain't never heard of Ultra Mag?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" He's an Ultra Mag. He was like, "Yo, they got the song Ultra Magnetic MC Ultra." He was trying to explain to me, Cool Keith. I'm like, I don't care. Right? Like, because back then I was like totally in like a Rakim LL bag back then, right? Big Daddy Kane, all that, right? But anyways, moving on. We was on the stoop and he pulled up in his unmarked car, like pull up in front of the thing, and he accidentally hit the thing. Whoop! And then everybody looking like, yo, Cass like you're break out and run, and he get out, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And he walking up to the stoop, everybody mad nervous. Like, yeah, he's like, yo, why y'all nervous, man? If y'all ain't doing that, and what y'all see? And I'm like, this Pops. And I'm like, hey, what's up, Pops? And he like, hey man, you know, we cooking later, man. You come, and everybody looking like scared. You know what I'm saying? You try Diaz, they don't act like that. You done been on the stoop when the man pull up, bro. You're already like, oh yeah. So like, yo, we cooking later, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm nervous, bro. I'm about to S a log in my pants, bro. Just anytime you hear the rip, you like, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And so
Yeah.
and so, but he pull over and pull up in the thing. This is when they used to try to remember Caprice Classics.
Yep.
Oh
The
yeah.
old box Caprice Classic. He pull up unmarked doodle brown with rip. And like, oh, so he. So anyway, I was dating his daughter, right? And she asked me, she was like, hey, if you really love me like you say you do, you'll buy me a Swatch watch. Right now, the Swatch watches back then was $9.99, right? And this back then, if you bought a Swatch watch, you get the jelly wristbands that go with it.
Right.
You remember that when you could
Yeah.
take the wristbands?
You can switch out the yeah.
And so you get one, and then like they'll give you two other things that go in it.
Right.
And it was like $9.99. I was like, $9.99, golly, that's most of my check. My check ain't nothing but $90. You know, this is back then. My check was like $90, and so like, golly, and then I gotta pay my part of the rent, like living with three dudes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay.
Right.
You know, so you gotta pay your $300. You're like, golly, rent $900. God. Don't lie. Try. I was like, yo, if rent get to be $1,000 in the city, I'm moving, bro. That was my thing. Anyways, so I remember holding her hand, and we walked all the way down to Journal Square to the movies. No, we walked all the way down to Journal Square, just me and her walking and talking, holding hands. And dudes was shooting us the ice grill the whole way. I'm like, yo, dudes, y'all remember when dudes used to chew sticks? Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that when the dudes they're looking at you like this corny ass. He holding hands with his girl. He a cornball.
Yeah, I used to always think that was the weirdest trend, chewing them bamboo sticks and like fam, like you look like you chewing tree bark.
Bro, the whole
how tasty is that?
Right.
Bro, the whole situation. Why he mad that a random dude is holding hands with a girl? Right?
Right.
Why he chewing a tree? Why he shooting me the ice grill? Right? Like, why you shooting me the ice grill, bro? I'm minding my business. Anyway, we walked down, and I forget what movie we going to see. It was like a Spike Lee joint. I don't know if it's She's Gotta Have It or she's got either School Days. It might have been Jungle Fever. It was one of those Spike Lee joints. It was in there.
If it was the 90s, I'd probably think it would be like Jungle Fever.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably Jungle Fever. Right. So we did, so we go in the spot, right? She like it because this is a little store. It's not like an official Swatch store. It's Journal Square. It's like they sell everything down there. Right. And so we stop in the store. She look and she just like in love. You can see the hearts in her eyes. Like Oliver, you remember when Oliver used to see Brutus?
Yeah.
And she used to have the heart in her and see the hearts in her eyes. So she see the watch, right? And the lady is like, yeah, they $11.99. And I'm like, bitch, that was $9 last week. Now they're $11.99. You know, I'm on a budget, bro. I got this $20. And I got to buy her this, get her something to eat, and go to the movies.
Wow.
Well, the ski masks back in the day were only $1.
Yeah, ski mask way, ransom notes, fall from handsome. Y'all know how this thing go.
Yep.
So she like, that's okay if you can't get it for me. You know, my girlfriend, I think, y'all ever dated a girl who always had a best friend named Rhonda? I think I dated like 5 ladies that had a girlfriend named Rhonda.
Rhonda.
Is Rhonda
I had a neighbor named Rhonda who looked like Mary J. Blige.
Bro, no lie, they exist, right?
Yeah.
I was out there like, man, yeah. And you ought to know when Reminisce came out, I was always at Rhonda door, like, I seen you on TV earlier.
Yeah. Who you reminiscing about? But you know what though? So here's the thing. No lie. Here's the thing. I had $20 saved. Like back then, I used to always keep some money folded up behind my license just in case. Like just in case we go to Brooklyn or something, things get crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I need some escape from New York money. Right? You know what I'm saying? I'm from Jersey, right? Like I don't know. Like I'm not from Queens. I don't know all the back ways from Brooklyn, these places I don't know all this stuff. I'm like, yo, I need to find a way to get to the train station and get back to Jersey. Because once I get back to Jersey City, yeah, I don't care how tough you are in New York. When you get to Jersey City and talk New York stuff, you got to remember you in Jersey City. Right. So even the dudes in Jersey City that didn't like me, if there was some New York stuff going on, y'all already know what it is. Just like when Jersey dudes go to Brooklyn. Right. Mm-hmm. So I always had little putback money. Right. And I'm not saying that I had bread like that, but my parents are from the South. Right. And so they always be like, yo, you always got to have like that emergency thing to get you out some, you know what I'm saying?
For a rainy day fund.
Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't spend it. Don't start drinking 40s and be like, yo, man, the next round on me. Nah, that $20 bill might be in your wallet for 8 months. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, even when you hungry, stomach growling, whatever, man, I'm hungry, man, I'm just going to Blimpie. Nah, that $20 got to stay in you. You know what I'm saying? And so we there. And so she looking at the thing through the glass. The lady was like, they Asian, so you already know what y'all gonna do. yo, what y'all robbing the place? You know how they stick anyway.
Yep.
Yeah, they want you to get it and get out.
They want you to buy now.
Buy now. Yep. And the lady there had known me for years. Because even like in the early 80s, I used to go in there and buy the karate shoes and the name belt. And you remember those metal stars, the ninja stars, all that?
Yeah.
I go in there and buy firecrackers. The lady know me, and she over the years, she still treat me the same. She'll smile with it. She still say the same thing. Uncle Freezy, hurry up and buy. So anyway, so she looking at the swatches, right? And so, I mean, I'm saying she looking at the swatches, whatever. She looking. She got her hands in her back pockets. I see a little tootie booty. I'm like, ooh, this is fine. Freezy, what the fuck you gonna do? She looking, and I grab her by the hand. I'm like, man, what you looking at that cheap shit for, man? You hear what Uncle Freezy, didn't I tell you that we love birds? She like, love birds. Every time you say that, it just make me tingly. I'm like, I know, that's why I keep saying it. Right? You know what I'm saying? And so I grab by the hand, we go look. She's like, where we going? I'm like, stop, don't ruin the trip. You're right, don't mess it up. Just come on. DSJ, in the back, they have real Guess watches on sale for $18.99.
Wow.
Right. So she's like, why are we walking back here? This is where the Guess watch is at. Like, and I'm like, guess what? And she's like, no, don't do it. And I'm like, hey, can my girl try this watch on? Of course, the agent, no. Hurry up and buy. You know, you ain't trying on nothing. Y'all gonna run. And right, we looking at the Guess watches, and all of a sudden, you walk from behind the counter. They standing in the doorway. Yeah, you know how you walk in. They have the door open. Ain't no door that you pull. Remember, this is a walk-in market, right?
Yeah.
They think we gonna grab the watches and run.
Right.
So I'm like, nah, right? And so, I asked the lady, I'm like, hey, this is my girl right here. I always spend money in here. She's like, let me see the money. so I show her the $20 bill, put the $20 bill on the thing. My girl trying on the watch, and she loved it. She give me a hug, with her start jumping up and down. And DSJ, not only do I get her that, right? And this is a failure story, right? This is not a win story. This is a failure story, right? So not only do I get her that, I get her the charm bracelet for the other side.
Mhm.
You remember the Try. You remember the bracelet the girls used to get on the other side?
The
And you
EXO,
find
the
the
EXO
charm
bracelet,
Huh?
the EXO bracelets.
I think that's what ER, but you can keep Mayan charms to go on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I bought her that. But while we were getting rung up over there, I was
Right.
like, hey, let me get that right there for my girl. Right. And so she walked out of there with the guest watch and the charm bracelet.
Wow.
Right. And so now, mind you, I'm down $21. Y'all remember when I told you never bust up that $20 bill for
Right.
under no circumstance whatsoever do you bust that $20 bill. I don't care if
Right.
you're hungry. I don't care if you 6 miles from home, you don't take a cab. If it's safe, you walk them 6 miles.
Mhm.
Right? I don't care if you in Bayonne. I don't care if you in Washington Heights and you live in Bayonne, bro. If it's safe,
Mhm.
you don't bust up that $20 bill.
Right.
Right? So I bust up the $20 bill for Marion. Right? So the lady, and so the thing is, the thing come up to like $21 and some change.
Mhm.
Like now I got like $18 and change in my pocket. And I'm like, this better be, this duty gonna be fire later on. Right? This better be that damn poetic justice lovemaking. When this, you know what I'm saying? So we go to the movies, right? We go to the movies. She started talking to me about DSA. She started talking to me about stuff that's, remember, I'm like the smart guy that wants to be the street dude, right? That don't think like the smart guy should be thinking.
Right.
I'm thinking like, man, you heard Eric B and Rakim new album, and she's like, I heard it. Some of the stuff he was talking about and such. I was like, talking about at the beat was fire. This is the conversations we used to have back then.
Right.
Like no intellectual like conversations. So she was that chick was like on the way back from the movies. We talking about the movie. She's like, yo, why do they always cast the brother in the role where he always struggling? Why can't we see a movie where black people succeed? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
just like this thing. And I'm like, but yo, the fight scene was crazy, right?
Mhm.
This is me thinking in a carnal way because I'm not mature. Right. But
Right.
but bro, we get back, no lie, we get back to her place, right? She get back to her place. She moved to a place called Danford. I don't know if y'all know Danford Avenue or whatever, but Danford Avenue in Jersey City was like a world away from where we grew up. It was like 10 blocks from where I lived. So it had to be 20 blocks from where she grew up. But she moved over there because of her job.
Mhm.
Right? She opened up a flower shop. This is how I knew she was different. She worked at the flower shop. The lady wanted to sell it. She bought the flower shop, and she was like, how old was she? Like 20? She was like a few months older than me, but we was like in the same year.
Right.
She's like 20, something might have been like 19. Whatever the age thing is, the movie might not be right or whatever. I'm getting some of the details mixed up. But anyway, we walk all the way back to Danford, right? And they have this on the corner of Danford, they have this thing. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but in the city, every now and then there'll be a hot dog stand on the corner of your block.
Right.
Sabret. Now I know
Mhm.
y'all might never even heard of this or whatever, but in Jersey City we had these, right?
Right.
She's like, "What you want to eat for dinner?" I'm like, "Man,
I'm broke now.
I'm thinking like only thing on my mind is, y'all ever heard the what's the Queen Latifah movie with Jada Pinkett and them in it where they robbed the bank?
Set It Off.
You ever heard the song? Y'all ever heard the Set It Off soundtrack?
Mm-hmm.
You remember the joint "Sex Is on My Mind"?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That basically that song was playing in my mind like 10 years before it even came out, right? Because I done bought you this stuff. I done paid for the movie. We ate at the movie. We done walk like 25 blocks from Journal Square.
Right.
Actually, Journal Square is probably like 40 blocks or whatever it was. We walked like 40 blocks. Dudes is chewing on tree bark, shooting me the ice grill. I'm tired, you know what I'm saying? I'm just ready to go to her apartment and, you know what I'm saying, either crash, watch The Exterminator 2 for like the 40th time. I don't know if you ever heard that movie or not, but
Yeah.
but watch that movie for like the 50th time, or, you know what I'm saying, check some temperatures. So we like there, I look across the street and I'm like, Uncle Freezy, what you gonna do? Do you love this girl or not? This is the thing in my mind. Because when she said she loved me, I'm like, yeah, I love you too. In that churchy way, like all mankind way.
Mhm.
Yeah, I love you, girl. Like if you was gonna get hit by a bus, yeah, I'll yell, yay, watch out for that bus. You know what I'm saying? In that type of way. In that moment, I was thinking, if she's about to get hit by a bus, would you risk your life to save her? And so something in my mind said, hell yeah, I'll jump in the front of a bus to save her. And so DSJ, with my last little bit of money, we went across the street to the Chinese place. And I don't know if it was some type of Cantonese place. Where I'm from, everything was Chinese. If you was Asian, like if you was Chinese to us, right? I know that's not right. I know in New York, I know y'all had Korean, like Ocean. I know y'all have all y'all thing in Jersey City at that time, bro. If you was Spanish, you was Puerto Rican, and if you was Asian, you was Chinese.
Right.
And if you looked Middle Eastern, you was Indian or Arab.
Yep.
Like we ain't care. Either use the Indian or the Arab. We ain't care.
Right.
You know, back then. Now, of course, we more sensible and respect people culture and all that stuff. But we went over to the Chinese place, bro. And DSJ, we spent $8
Wow.
at the Chinese place, bro. $8, bro.
That's crazy.
Now, mind you, all I think I had like $18 and some change. And when I left the jewelry store or whatever.
Mhm.
So, you
Right.
know, by the time, and when we was ringing up at the Chinese place, she had to take like some money out of her pocket to help pay. It's like, hey, I just ain't got nothing. She's like, I'll pay for the drinks. And she paid for the drinks, man. Of course, they fill your cup up with ice and you get a little bit of whatever, like lemonade or whatever. I remember walking back to her place and I grew up that day, right? Like, I grew up that day, like legitimately went from, you know how you go through the everybody has their boys to men moment.
Yeah.
Like the time when you realize you're not really a little boy, even if I don't care if you're 20 years old.
Right.
I don't care if you're 20. You go from thinking like the very immature thoughts. You're not like how you be in a grown man body, but you still thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get me some coochie tonight. You know how you think like mad immature?
Yeah,
You know,
you're still in your second childhood.
yeah, you feel me? And so I remember she paid for the lemonades. We walked back. Man, I was tired, depressed. Now, mind you, when I leave her place, I gotta walk 15 blocks back home.
Damn.
And I don't have no money for next week.
And this is in the summer?
I think it was kind of summer, but kind of spring, but it was like May.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like July.
Right.
Or August. It was like May, whenever that movie came out, maybe April, May, something like that. But anyway, I remember getting back to the thing, her taking a shower and her putting stuff out for me to take a shower. But when she came out of the bathroom, she had on these things called boy shorts. And it's the first time I had ever seen them in my life.
Wow.
Like, you know how girls used to take the jogging pants and cut them off?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then she take the jogging top and cut it off like right at their ribs or whatever. You can see their little belly or whatever. She came out the bathroom with that, bro. Man. And she told me that, hey man, I got you some stuff. You want to take a shower?
Wow.
It's like some old random JC Penney, you know what I'm saying, shorts and t-shirt to put on, like a wife beater, like some A shirts or whatever.
Right.
All right, you know. We do that. She like, I remember coming out of the shower and she on the phone. Y'all remember the phone with the cords? Like the cords used to stretch mad long, like a mile. She on the phone talking to her friend Rhoda, talking to her friend Rhonda, and child, he bought me. Guess what he bought? And like this is her telling Rhonda, I'm coming out. I walk back in there, and she's like, "Hey, let me go. He here." And so she I remember going to the record player and putting on the Janet Jackson joint.
Wow.
And us sitting on the chair. And I ain't gonna tell y'all the rest of that because that's between whatever happens between us, right? And plus, this is a public setting. But the key to it is the key to the whole story is you never know like what sets a heart on fire, right? And the thing is, I think in relationships and other things, you got to keep seeing what will get two yearning hearts to finally, you know what I'm saying, give into each other. Because you can have a flame and you can have a lonely heart and you can have a broken heart. You can have all these things, but when two young hearts are yearning for something and they know that they are the right match, but they don't know how to get together, right? Like when two people are yearning to be together, they just don't know how to do it. Sometimes you just got to keep trying. So when DSJ mentioned the swatches, I was like, dang, that reminds me of Marion. I bought her that Guess watch. And and it set my life different.
Right.
Because I broke one of my personal rules. In order to be with this girl that I was already with.
Right.
But we were like plateaued at a certain level.
Right.
And so that small little event kind of took us to this next level to where that week we was on the block and my man Keith was like, yo, what the fuck? Son, what the fuck is that? What is that on your head? Yo, my girl knitted me a hat, bro.
Oh man.
DSJ, remember the hat? Remember I told you she was knitting hat? I ain't wearing those.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear a Kango. I'm gonna wear this Newport hat. I'm gonna wear this hat. Y'all remember the Nike hats, the fisherman hat? Well, not fisherman, but the
bike hats,
the trucker hats.
Yeah.
So with them Newport trucker hat, and I show up on the block, bro, with the knitted cap, bro. They like, what the fuck?
What is that?
You just tried. Hey, I almost called them the N-word, bro. But them laughed at me for like 3 weeks, bro. They said they use this term. They use this term that I don't know if people use this term anymore, but they use this term called P-whooped.
Right.
You sucker for love. I was like, hey, bro. If she keep wearing boy shorts, bro, I might have a hat every day. You know what I'm saying? Bro. Yeah, bro. Yeah, man. She keep wearing them boy shorts, bro. I might be out here. I might have me a damn knitted cap on every day, dog. These dudes is out here. They the same ones that was like, you know how you be with your boys and everybody be talking a good game. Somebody pretty walk by and be like, "Hey, yo!" And then she turn around and everybody get quiet. Like, oh, man, why you waste that lady time, bro? If you want to go do nothing. Dude was like, man, she looks stuck up, man. She ain't gonna holler at us or whatever. You know how people make 1,000 excuses?
Yeah.
That was them dudes. Wow. And so when they get around a dude that's actually in a relationship, they're like, man, you was eating rice-a-roni listening to Janet Jackson? Hell yeah.
Oh no.
You a sucker.
Yeah, you in love, dog. You gotta keep it real, Troop. Oh, yeah, right. Y'all don't know. Troop was a word that we used to call each other back in the day, bro.
Right.
Come on, Trooper. You know what I'm saying?
No, I remember hearing that in old raps.
Yeah.
Bro, dudes try to play you out when you kind of like in love a little bit. You're like, nah, man, that dude ain't gonna he ain't gonna get no 40s at the store. He gonna come back with champagne or some shit.
Right.
Like this is how they used to talk. Yeah, man. My bad, DSJ, for hijacking your
Nah. Hey, listen, hey, it's always good to hear these type of stories. They
Yeah.
but Guess is the brand that I would rock
Yeah.
if it came back.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything else is still a classic. Like I said, polo is still a fashionable item that you could wear.
Right. I didn't hear the brand though.
Guess USA.
Guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. So Guess is a brand that you would rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
You know what's funny too? Another brand that I think is fire, but only in a specific context is Iceberg.
Mm.
Like I like the ones that like I don't do the character stuff. I'm way too grown for that. Like that's something I definitely did in my 20s. Like the Tom and Jerry sweater,
Right.
the Bugs Bunny sweater, and all that stuff. That's cool. But the one that just says Iceberg across Iceberg history,
Okay.
Nice, clean, aesthetic looking, definitely age appropriate. It looks like you spent some money, but you didn't go bonkers
Mm-hmm.
Right.
trying to prove that you know what I'm saying, that you follow the brand. It ain't Balenciaga neon shoes, nothing crazy like that. Just a nice aesthetic look. So
Right.
Right. Mm. Iceberg, huh?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know, bro. What
I
did
just hate that.
what did they have though that me and Triborough would be like? That's what we be.
Well, that's the thing. Like I said, back in the day, it used to be a lot of character sweaters.
Yeah.
So it would be like the Mickey Mouses, and it'd be like oversized pictures
Yeah.
of
Kind of like
these
the Fubu Fat
characters.
Albert. Like the Fubu Fat Albert.
Right.
Right.
But because of the fact that at the time, it was high end because rappers would mention it.
Right.
Like Hov would talk about Iceberg and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, yeah, that's the brand to get because he said it.
Right.
But once you get to the point where it's like, okay, now when I can afford it and it
Right.
looks good, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm definitely gonna get this.
Right. So, okay. So what I gather from what y'all are saying is this: y'all would rock styles because of what everybody else was wearing.
Nah. I mean, that at that time that was the fashion. That was like what people wear now. That's what we were wearing. What was hot back then. But it's even when it came to the rappers would wear it, but I don't think we wasn't all focused on what the rappers had on too though. Like it was at least for me, it was like before Jay, in like when we get to like the early 90s, like I think Puba really started that with Tommy Hill. Like I didn't know who Tommy Hilfiger was until Grand Puba started, saying it in his songs, and then actually getting, the free clothes from Tommy. So that's when we started rocking the Tommy Hilfiger stuff, and then it was just a classic look. You know what I'm saying? And they knew that, like, his company knew, like, yo, like, we got to cater to the urban neighborhood because that's the target audience that's gonna get us in the Source and Vibe magazine and on New York Undercover and all that.
Right.
You know what I'm
Ooh,
saying? So that
okay.
we just was wearing like the hottest fashion back then, but I think today is different because it's more like you have like a lot more artists that they might have like a sneaker deal with Nike, like Travis Scott, and he has his following, so they're gonna naturally rock the Travis Scotts because if you're a fan of Travis Scott, you want to wear what sneakers he wearing.
Right. Right. Okay. 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 I I think I agree, but I definitely like I agree, but I definitely feel like um an individual.
Mhm.
You feel me?
Right.
Um like for instance, the anybody y'all remember the early Boys to Men style, the Poindexter style?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of embraced that at the same time that y'all embraced Iceberg, like
Mhm.
92-ish, 90, like 92-ish, 90. When you know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
I kind of embraced that a little bit, especially when I was going to church heavy. When I
Mhm.
was going to church heavy, bro, legitimately it was like Boys to Men, like Fat Albert t-shirt with a blazer over the top or something.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? The people in the church like, oh my God, you can't even wear a shirt and tie. What's wrong with a shirt and tie? And I'm like, this is my style right here. This is, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Do you want even better for the old heads? Y'all remember the Slick Rick style?
Mhm.
Get Fresh Crew? Remember the
Bally's
Get
and all
Fresh
that.
Crew? Valleys
Yeah.
and like the thin sweater, like
Uh-huh.
thin sweaters.
Yep.
Like not the oh my God, it's 2 degrees outside. You gotta wear a sweater and a Carhartt bomber and
Right.
a ski hat and all. Nah, like if it's like 50 degrees, yeah, kind of like I guess Puba, maybe
Right.
Puba, like that style.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. So it's one of them things where I kind of embrace that a little bit because of the individualism.
Mhm.
Like when you dress like that, they like, man, yo, we gonna go hoop word. I'm gonna put my sneakers in the bag, bro. I can't see the ladies see me walking down the street with sneakers on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They like, yo, why you got a book bag on? You a kid? Nah,
Yeah.
man, I got my sneakers in here. You know what I'm saying? Like he legit, like, yo, it's summertime and this dude got a book bag on. You going to summer
Right.
school? Nah, man. I ain't got no, you know what I'm saying? Nah. What you want me to do? Carry a pocketbook?
I think the individualism was more prone back then because then you had people like Flavor Flav who would wear like the Air Jordan windbreaker suits,
Yeah.
and then you had like Guru, he's rocking his windbreaker pants with the beeper on the side, and he got his Nikes on, and
Yeah.
you had De La had their own style and Tribe, and I think it was more diversity in fashion back
That
then. It's
era
like,
that you talking.
yeah, everybody wasn't trying to look the same. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The
Now it's
days
like everybody got the same Jordans, or they rocking the same fitted hats,
and they adapt each other up. Like if I
Yeah.
have then be like me and DSJ both show up with the Conquer Blue Jordan 11s highs
Mhm.
or mids, right? Then because they don't make highs, right? We show the dudes adapt us up like, yo, them joints fire. Where y'all get them from? I want some too.
Right.
You know what I'm thinking?
But
DSJ saw me with these shoes on. Why he got the same shoes on I got on?
yeah,
That's what I'm
that's
thinking.
how it was. Yo. Like in junior high, like if we did that, somebody was gonna get a beat down. Like you couldn't come in wearing the same Bo Jacksons like your classmate, or the same, Andre Agassi's like your classmate. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Not on
we
purpose.
was all about individual, huh?
Not on purpose. You couldn't.
I mean, no, not on purpose, but it was like if one classmate had like the new bows and you wanted them, you would have to get like another colorway just to make
Yeah.
them look like, oh, you got that colorway. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't get the same colorway as your classmate.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. And people would disrespect you too. Like,
Yeah.
Man, you know Triborough had them lottos first.
Right.
You a biter.
You biting, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you biting, man. You biting that man's style, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's the way I feel. Now, I know this is a stretch, but that's the way I feel about cars.
Right.
Like legitimately, okay, so for the record, I like Mercedes-Benz big SUVs.
Mm.
That's my bag, right? That's what, matter of fact, I think I might have the
With the GLKs.
No, the GLS.
Okay.
Oh,
You know
wow.
what I'm saying? Because I know people be like, you can say anything on the internet and people be like,
Right.
man, you ain't
You gotta
got
have proof. You gotta have proof now.
You gotta show proof. Yeah, you gotta
Yeah.
show proof. Okay. So I like those, right? And
Right.
so what happened is in my area, people like saw me like ride, and I'm not saying that I'm better than everyone else, but around here where I live, people like the big Yukons and the Denali's,
Mhm.
like big SUV, big, you know what I'm saying? Like the chicks like
Full size utility.
yeah. And with me, I like style. Right?
Sporty.
Right.
Yeah, I like the swag part of it. I like the front having a moon roof and the back having a moon roof.
Mhm.
I like that. I like the seat belts starting on the shoulder and their own little thing that come across. You click it or whatever. You ain't got the, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Somebody hitting the brake. You can, hey man, you got to put it in park, man, so I can click my back. Nah, none of that, bro. I don't like that. Right?
What's up, Fritz?
Yeah, man. Fritz, what's good, bro?
Salute.
So yeah, I like that. Like I like the big entertainment thing console in the middle, right? I just like the little bells. I like the bells and whistles of joints, right? But where I'm at, Yukon was the style. Like chicks will get their tax check
Mhm.
and they legit will go get Yukons and put rims on it. I'm like, nah, that ain't me. Like that ain't me. The dudes around here will get the 4-door Jaguar joint.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm talking about? Like the I forget what the Jaguar, but it's expensive, but not expensive. You feel
Right.
me? Like it's expensive, but it's not out of our price range.
Right.
The one that I'm talking about. But I don't like 4-door cars like that. Like I hang around big people, right? So like if say for instance, when we go see DSJ, right? DSJ get in, he got to worry about like, you know what I'm saying? He could be like,
I got leg room.
yeah. Bro, one year we pulled up to something, everybody was talking about it, and we pull up to the joint, and people were like, yo, who is that? You could see people mouthing it, like, who was that? Because like, you know, we got our windows tint, not because of whatever, not fashion, but you know how the Mercedes go, like the driver's window is not tinted, but it's got like a tint on it, like a glove, like you can't see into it. You got to walk up on it to look in there, right?
Right.
Because if you away, it's got like some kind, I don't know what they call it, but anyway, it is what it is. So we pull up and you could just see everybody, like they hugging Miss Mocha. She's like, girl, y'all doing good. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, y'all don't know what we doing. Y'all see the cut. Y'all think I shop. Triborough, I shops, bro. When I say I shop, bro, I shops with an S on it. Yo, DSJ, you ain't gonna, bro. I shops, bro. So I have been looking for like 2 years. I'm like, nah, I'm not getting ready to do this until I find the perfect one. Right? It's the same thing. It's the same thing with the BMW, the one that Jay Boogie said I tried to run him over. Remember? Remember Jay Boogie got on somebody's show talking about Uncle Freezy trying to run me over with a spaceship.
Wow.
Don't do that, Jay Boogie, man. Don't do that, dog. It's the one. Matter of fact, Chopper, it's the Hoodie Cav. We were in Atlanta, and I asked Hoodie Cav to drive because Hoodie Cav know Atlanta better than I do. And so Hoodie Cav got in the driver's seat. We was in front of the Carlton Hotel, right? Downtown Atlanta. And you know they valet your joint.
Right.
And I was like, what's taking this dude so long? I tell my man, because we out there, we just standing on the street. I'm like, yo, where your man's at with my car? They looking like, relax, Uncle Freezy. I'm like, hey, y'all know how I am, bro. I can be real, I can be real black at times. I'll just say it like that. Especially when it's something important, like where's my car at? You know what I'm saying? Like, so the dude finally show up and he hitting the brakes and stuff. We get in the car, like I open the door, all the lights is on the dashboard.
Wow.
Yo, what the hell you did to my? I turned the car. Oh, man, I'm mad. The dude wanted the tip. I was like, here's your tip, man. You better get out my eye for something happened. That's your tip. Usually I tip though. Like you go get the car and you bring it back, it's $10 off top. Like, hey man, listen, man, I appreciate you. $10. All you did was do your job. It don't matter, right? You got to tip. He was like, when you get your hair cut, you got to tip, whatever. So, man, the dude was standing there. I was like, man, if you don't get the boy, I crank up you put up all my dashboard lights is on. So I turn the car off. We wait there for like a couple of minutes. I'm just like, maybe the system just got to reset itself, right?
Right.
So I'm like, hey, Hoodie Kev, you drive, right? So I give Hoodie Kev the joint and all this stuff. And Hoodie Kev get the thing. And soon as the car come on, you know how it flash your brand and all the stuff that your things are trying to, and the seats start moving, squeezing Hoodie Kev to the you know, I'm sorry, start pushing Hoodie Kev back from the driver's seat. And Hoodie Kev like, and he reclined in the seat going back to position one. You know how you set your thing to position one, right? For me, right? Hoodie Kev was like, yo, we in a spaceship, J Boogie. This dude start quoting Star Trek lines to J Boogie. You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
oh, you called your car the Enterprise.
Yes. Yes. Right. And so, but anyways, you know how people like have certain flavors. Like some people certain people have certain taste.
Right.
Like some people like they call it's just for the function. Like, man, I'm just trying to get back and forth to work, point A and point B.
Right.
And then some people are like, you know, I got me a little bit of bread. I'm gonna step my game up because you know they doing a little overtime at the job or whatever, and I could put that extra $50 on my car payment every month because you know they offer that overtime. I could, you know, whatever. And you ain't supposed to depend on overtime, but you know, your car payment would have been $298. It's $334, and you like I could pay for that with overtime money. I'll probably make about $400 of overtime, $200 of overtime every month anyway, whatever it is, whatever the number is, right? And so with me being a big person, leg room, you know what I'm saying, 4X shirt wearing guy, you know what I'm saying, I need room.
Right.
And so I searched, man, I found it. The one I found, the Mercedes I found was the valet vehicle at a hotel. You know how you check in the hotel and the car service come with it? And so I found that, and so I bought it, right, or financed it, however you want to say it.
Right.
But you know how. But the reason why I say that is because you know how different styles, people have different swag.
Right.
Like some people don't care. They're like, nah, man, I'm gonna just drive this Toyota Camry. It's a nice car. It's dependable. It's good on gas. It look good. It's sleek. Camrys always be ahead of the curve, like in terms of looks or whatever. They always be future forward in a design. Sometimes you see a Camry and you don't know if it's a Camry or not. You're like, hey, is that from a distance that look like it might be an Infiniti or something, right? So if you squint your eye real hard, it might be a Sterling. You know, you know, certain brand, Lexus, whatever. Not me though, bro. With me, I'm like, that right there is me. I got to be that thing. Because can y'all imagine if y'all pull up and y'all see Heavy D get out of a Nissan Sentra? I mean,
hard to imagine. Hard to imagine.
Right. Yeah, man. So Yeah, man. My bad. My bad. DSJ taking over, man. I just found that to be interesting, bro. That people think like you'll be flossing, but it's actually like your dream car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Hey,
but I mean, I think at the end of the day, I think again, it's always the individual. Like, if you worked hard enough to sustain or to purchase this type of vehicle, again, you should be able to do that. You worked hard for it, you saved for it, whatever the circumstances are, you know what I'm saying, whatever you've been able to obtain, that should be you. You know what I mean?
right.
And that's just I think people, again, there's just people out there that expect to want to they want to floss. They want to showcase that they're able to obtain things. It ain't necessarily a dream car or anything like that. It's just the fact that I'm able to get it.
Right.
And so, again, when you come across one person that's like that, you assume anybody that got something like that is in that kind of thought process.
Right.
And it's not always the case. It's just, hey, you know what? I'm saved up to get this. Just like you said, you know what I'm saying? You worked the overtime to obtain this.
Right. Right.
So
yeah, man. But try it's that style that I like. And
Yeah.
like how you was like when DSJ mentioned Iceberg,
Mhm.
it's like a certain style that I like. I'm not saying now mind you, I'm not saying that it's Mercedes-Benz a bust.
Right.
I'm saying it's big exotic SUV or bust.
Yeah.
Right. Like I love Mercedes, right? Like I love Mercedes. That's like my brand. That's what I
Mhm.
prefer. Right. At the same time, though, if I had been this year, I had been looking at Escalades. Now, Escalades are out of my price range.
Right.
Way out of my price range. Like $70,000 out of my price range. Right. Escalades are so expensive that my price range is here. And if you tack $70,000 on top of that,
Mhm.
that's how far they are out of my price range.
Yeah.
Right. Like $70,000 is too much for me to spend for a car right now. I just don't have it.
Right.
But then tax $70,000 on top of that. That's where Escalades are.
Wow.
Right. So if my budget is $1,000 a month, Escalades are going to be twice that.
Right.
Right. And I know y'all live in New York and $1,000 ain't nothing. Y'all could probably drop $1,000 and not even miss it. But for me down here, that's a lot of money, bro.
Right.
You know, and I think DSJ's in the Carolinas too. He know, bro. Like the cost of living here, like the difference might be the same. Like you make less money and your bills are less, but when you look at the margin, like the plus minus of it, it's probably about the same as New York, but it feel different. You know what I'm saying? Like they make, like dudes in New York make $200,000 a year in the city, right? They bills might be $190,000 a year in the city, right? Right. My thing is, I don't need to make $200,000 in New York to feel worth $200,000. I can live in the South and be fine with it. I could be in the South and legitimately live off of a third of that. I don't want to, but I could.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to live off a third of that, but I think I could do it. You know what I'm saying? I could probably do it. You know, DSA is the same in North Carolina.
yeah, just about. The cost of living, well, especially for me, the job I have, it's very sustainable. It's easily sustainable,
Right. Right.
but also, it takes budgeting because again, you have life. Life exists.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when we talk about as a homeowner, when you got a house repair, you got a budget for that house repair as
Yeah,
well as taking care of everything else.
everything else, especially if you're a man, because people, all the auxiliary charges, extra stuff, the man got to pay for that, bro.
That's all you. Yep.
Yeah. Yo, Fritz says, do you only buy new? No, I don't buy new. I learned that trick. One of my homeboys worked at a car place. He's like, man, why buy a new car for what? He is like, yo, do this. Like, if you want a new car, it's 2025, right? They're gonna show you where we at in the year, they're gonna show you the 2026s, right? And now the 2026s is they gonna be dope. Now, when you get on the lot, they're gonna be like, yeah, man, when you crank up the car, it smells like black cherries, right? And when you crank up the car, they're gonna show on the third row, they're gonna show reruns of Living Single and the 13-inch screens on the back of the headrest. You like, they got 13-inch screens on the back of the headrest? Yeah. And I say that for those of us that have ever had a 13-inch TV. You ain't never had a 13-inch TV? Okay. All right. So, because I went to, no lie, I don't know if y'all ever heard of this place or not, but I drove like 40 minutes to a place called Florence, South Carolina. Right. Went to the Cadillac place. DSJ, he opened up the door, bro. And they had, y'all ever seen the sparkly things in the roof?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Like, you open the door and like it's like a galaxy in the roof, like they'll flash like little things. It looked like a little universe up there in the ceiling.
Yep.
Like, when you look up there, you like it'll blink and go away, and it looked like the night sky up there.
Yeah.
So he opened up the door and I sat, he's like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? You sit in the driver's seat. I was like, nah. Right. And so he's like, nah, man, just, you know. So I sat in the driver's seat, bro. And as soon as I sat in the driver's seat sunk and it like wrapped around my body or whatever.
Right.
And I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? He looked, he's like, hey man, this is the best of the best right here. Right? I was like, yo, and so I sunk down in the driver's seat, man, and the pedals came up to meet my foot. And the bar, like there's a bar, like it's like this thick, and it go all the way across to like where the passengers at. And it's got like all these things, and you can touch and scroll and move stuff and swipe and all this stuff. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, I feel like how Hoodie Kev felt. And Hoodie Kev, that was 2021.
Wow.
That was when Hoodie Kev got in my car, that was 2018 technology, right? So that, because that car was 3 years old, right? When Hoodie Kev saw it. Can you imagine seeing 2026 technology, bro? I looked at the thing, like the cup holders were flashing, and he was like, I was like, yo, why the cup holder flashing? He's like, yo, you got to select whether you want hot or cold. What? You mean if I put a coffee in here, it'll keep my coffee warm? Yeah.
Wow.
And if you put a cold drink in there, if you put a bottle of water in there, you select the what's the name? It'll keep your bottle of water cold. It's like, what? Are you serious?
Like you driving around in a Hashitashi.
DSJ, all I'm saying, bro, and it smelled like dark cherry in there.
The car was telling them, buy me, Martin. Buy me.
Right. $150,000.
Nikos is out there trying to hustle you.
And then I look up in the ceiling and it's these little universe lights just blinking at you. Like, yo, what the fuck is this? And you know, I'm used to leatherette. Like, I'm a leatherette person. I don't want leather, right? But I like the leather feel.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I don't like leather, and it's not because I like cheap options, it's because leatherette is tougher than leather, right? Like, you legit, if you rip leather, right? If you rip leather on your seat, you got to go all the way back to the car place. They got to match up the leather. You got to bring it in. It's probably going to cost you like $2,000 to get your leather replaced right? Depending on what kind of damage is done to it. Leatherette, right? Leatherette, you can get the leatherette patch. They cut the leatherette patch out and just put the leatherette part back in, and it might cost you 3 hours, 4 hours out your day, but it might cost you $150. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know how like you get in the car with your keys in your pocket and just keep stabbing your car seat, your driver's seat. You know what I'm talking about? No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Or you know what I'm saying? Or it might a spot just get worn out over time and then it just give. I don't like that the leather, because the leather, bro, you have to get, sometimes you got to get the whole joint replaced. They're like, hey man, we don't just sell no 2x2. You got to get that whole panel replaced. Well, how much it costs? $1,900.
Wow.
What? $1,900? Man, I'm gonna put some damn duct tape on that and get me a seat. You know what I'm saying? Man, I ain't paying $1,900 to get it. Now, mind you, if you sell that car, you got to get that replaced. But if you ain't planning on selling it, fuck that, man. You crazy. I'm out of here. Get my damn key. You $1,900.
Yo.
That's why when dudes we talk about, yeah, man, this Maybach thing, man, this Ferrari, this Lambo, nah, bro, no, I ain't, no, because the repair stuff will kill you. That's why I like the GL 450. That's me, because I already know it's a beautiful vehicle to look at. It's a beautiful riding car. Got plenty of room on the inside. And even though the body style don't change that much from year to year, like if you look at our 2018 and look at the 2015, they look similar, right? The technology is different. The tail lights and stuff is different. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So, but anyways, yeah, Fritz, you got me. Fritz, you got got me on the ditch.
You better buy another car now, huh?
Yeah, who me? No, I ain't. Times is hard, bro. You must have forgot who the president is, bro. You better keep your money put it buried in the yard, bro. Unless I don't talk politics on here, but unless you want Elon Musk to come to your house, bro, you better.
I have a Tesla for you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man. Yo, so how do y'all feel about Goose Down? Do y'all remember Gooses?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Would y'all wear a goose right now?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For sure. Triple
I
fat
mean,
goose.
again-
That was like one of my favorites. If they brought that back with like the goose lining, yeah, I would definitely rock that again.
Absolutely for the function.
Yeah.
More the function than the style. Because at this point, it's the objective when you're wearing a goose to keep warm.
Right.
So summertime, I mean wintertime come around, yeah, my objective is to keep warm. But why not look good while you're trying to keep warm?
Right.
I saw Usher with one on, and it just turned me off forever. R&B dudes is wearing goose downs now.
Right.
I can't. I'm gonna look like an R&B dude if I put.
He must be wearing a Montclair.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was wearing, bro.
It had a bit of brand like that, Montclair or something like that. Some things, man. Like for us, I think we got like if it's DSJ, I would support DSJ wearing a Montclair goose down, right, and multiple colors at one time. At one time, like if he had 3 or 4 of them and I saw him rocking them, I'd be like, yeah, that's that man's style.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But Uncle Freezy can't do it, bro.
No.
Nah, nah. But my style would be more like, y'all remember varsity sweaters?
Yeah.
That's more like my style. Yeah.
Okay.
Like the varsity cardigans.
Right.
So I got one with I had the the black and gold varsity cardigan, the one with the Freemason symbol on the side, the square and compass. I got one of those when I go out to like Masonics functions, but I don't do those too much no more. But back in the day, guys be like, "Yo, where you got that from?" Your mama house.
No, but I think certain styles is always going to be like forever classic, especially because again, when you're talking about functionality, cardigans will always be like a thing.
Right.
Because it's a not only is it a measure of again, it's not just about function with them, but it's also a level of class. And I think there's always gonna be like a certain level of aesthetic that you want to maintain
Right.
um in terms of again being age appropriate.
Right.
So like before you might not have considered wearing a shawl, because again that's age wise, you're thinking I want to wear what other kids are wearing.
Right.
Mhm.
But once you get to that age where it's like, nah, like
It's
this is just a dual function. This is not just fashion, this is function, then yeah, you absolutely end up going with something like that.
Right.
Like wearing wool trousers. Like, okay, yeah, like this could look good, but it also I know for sure wintertime coming around, I'm insulated. I'm good.
Right.
So
yeah. Yeah. So yeah, man. Yeah, so yeah, man. So if we talking about like certain styles, I'm like, I don't know if I can rock a certain thing. Like certain things, I'm like, nah. I just certain style. Yeah, nah. Certain styles can't. I just
it's funny too because even though Fritz is mentioning it, I'm sure kind of in a trolling manner. Coochie's is still fire.
Yeah.
Like I would still like if I was able to afford it regularly, I'd probably have a closet full of Coochie sweaters
Mhm.
just because again, style wise, they look good, but once again, they're also insulated. So when time comes around, they're my best friend.
Mhm.
you would wear Coogee.
I absolutely would.
Ooh.
I like it as far as aesthetically. I personally enjoy um the Gucci sweaters.
Right.
Right. Mm. Try. What about you, bro?
The Coogee, yeah, Coogee. I like the Coogee, the sweaters with the matching hat. I think that was always like that's like an easy like an easy thing to wear like to to a party or to like a club or something.
Right.
And yeah, I mean that was always like a big thing in the 90s for us. So
Mm. I don't know, bro. I think the Coogee thing make big boys look. Everybody look like to me, and I know this is not true, but it seemed like it make everybody look like Big Pun, bro. It make everybody look like that dude. And no disrespect to Big Pun, man. Big
mm,
Pun is a, but it make everybody look
Like
to me.
Gucci has too much fabric.
Yeah,
That's because I think they buy it incorrectly. I think once you get to a point where you're um again once style changes and it's not about the completely overtly large look, the baggy look,
yeah.
then
What?
what I'm saying, you can rock certain things and although it's name brand efficient, it's name brand heavy, it also can be aesthetically like pleasing. Like you can rock it and okay, yeah, this is a the ensemble is A1.
Yeah, yeah.
But I also think that comes with age. Like that comes with age and maturity.
Right. What's the dude that used to be with Action Bronson, the black dude? The rapper?
Oh, Mayhem Loren.
What's his name?
Mayhem Loren.
Mayhem. Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw him with a Coogee sweater on like 2 years ago.
Mhm.
And I was like, dog. like, what are you trying to bring back? Like me in this hat right here. Like, I know this is an old school style. Like, everybody ain't gonna rock caps like this.
Right.
That's me though. Right? That's me.
Mhm.
I'm a rock it because I got a bald head. My head is shaped legitimately like a coconut. I keep it covered up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right? I don't want people to get vertigo looking at my head. You know what I'm saying? So legit, I just keep it covered up, right? Like I have the Miss Mocha says that I have a head like LL, right? And I'm like, how the hell you know what LL head look like? I'll mess around, but I got like a weird shape, so I keep it covered.
Right.
So with me, like styles, like I'm gonna wear hats, like I'm gonna rock hats all the time. I'm a hat guy.
Right.
I'm a frames guy too.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just do like the certain things, but that's to be expected from me. Y'all been around me long enough, y'all already know what it is.
Right.
Like y'all rarely see me without the dome covered up. I'm out here looking. Y'all never see me out here looking like Destro.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all don't know who Destro is. I got you.
That's from
From G.I. Joe?
From G.I. Joe?
Yeah, from G.I. Joe. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You wanna know what's so funny? Back in the day when I used to do now I didn't actually do like tagging and stuff like that, but I was nice as far as like with drawing and stuff like that, and I was like really having graffiti,
Mhm.
doing
Right.
graffiti letters and stuff like that, and that was actually one of my tags, Destro.
Wow.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. Like certain things, man, I'm not going. Like the Coogee sweater thing.
Mhm.
I'm a big dude, bro. As soon as I put a Coogee sweater on, people are gonna be like, "Yo, it's Fat Joe." You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Yeah, especially if it's like a pink, a peach, a light blue. You know them colors Fat Joe be wearing.
Yeah.
As soon as they, yo, it's Fat Joe. Son. Oh, nah, not Fat. What's Big Pun brother? Oh, God, what's Big Pun brother name? The dude that helped Fat Joe and them write rhymes and stuff.
Cuban Link?
Cuban Link.
Yo, it's Cuban Link. Nah, this ain't Cuban Link, bro. I'm black.
They'll never confuse you with Cuban Link. Not the way he looked today.
Oh man.
Yeah. Hard times on the boulevard, bro. That's what you saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. So, but
But shout out to him though. He don't MC.
Mhm.
I said, but shout out to him though. He was a dope MC.
Yeah. And that with me, bro, I like the schoolboy look, but I also like the sophistication too. Like
Right.
the sophistication element of things.
Mhm.
Like in 100 years at somebody's funeral or whatever, like somebody I know at one of their funeral in 100 years,
Right.
like I'm legit showing up to the funeral with like the dopest black suit money can buy and some all black Jordan 11s, and they don't even make them. Most of the black on blacks you see still have the white sole with the red so with the red toe cap thing on it, not toe cap, but the red sole on it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find, even if I got to get them custom, even if I got to buy them and then
No,
custom
they got the low cut
The graduations.
Jordan 11. Yeah. They got the low cut ones with like the black bottoms or whatever.
They still got the white sole? No?
Yeah, they got the white sole, you know.
But the black
But
bottom.
it's low cut though. It's not like the high top joints though.
Okay. Yeah, the ones I'm talking
No,
about. It got black.
I'm not mistaken. I think they do have a pair of all black. I think the black Cat 11s, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
right.
I think because I had some like 12 years ago, and I hadn't seen them since.
Mhm.
Like I had some like
They, they have the Black Cat 4s, and then they got like the Black Cat. I think it's the 3s.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wore some to a Masonic function one time, and all the brothers were like, "Man, you got sneakers on." I ain't,
Mhm.
but bro, the book says black shoes, all black shoes,
Right.
right? This is what me saying to them, like your footwear got to be all black. It don't say what kind, where it's from, none of that. It just say it's got to be a thing. So
Right.
yeah, but yeah, man.
As a matter of fact, yeah, the all black Jordan 11s, they call it the cap and gowns.
Right.
Okay, okay.
Cap and gown 11. So
I remember back when sneakers were $200, I paid $300 for them.
Wow.
And back when I'm talking about back when expensive shoes were like $200.
Mhm.
I'm talking about before you start getting all mad OD Kanye Louis Vuitton crossover Lincoln. Back when sneakers legitimately $200 was like a thing. Yo, I spent $200 on it. What? You got insurance on them things? Back when it was, I bought those Jordan 11s for $300,
Yeah.
and that was before the shipping.
Right.
Right, that was before the shipping. I think it came up to like $360 something, bro. I remember I was so happy when them joints came in the mail, bro. I rushed them things in the house, bro. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I remember. Yeah, I was driving a silver Chrysler 300.
Mhm.
I never forget that, bro, because I wanted to be someone DSA. I wanted to be somebody so bad, not to impress the world.
Mhm.
Not to impress, because I don't care nothing about impressing people out here on the street. I could care less. You like me, you don't, you don't.
Right.
That's my thing. I don't care, right? Because in life is too short. Like the people that's gonna like you. The people that you don't, you got to work for them to like you. Nah, I'm good on that. I'm good on that. I'm at a place now where it's like I'll meet other people, right? But when those came into me, I was like, yo, I'm gonna wear this to the meeting. Yeah, I put them on. I had them in a meeting, and my homeboy, he was in it. My homeboy was in a important spot too, and so he saw me come in and do all the stuff. Right, he saw me come and do all the stuff, and he looked, and I'll never forget. He stomped his foot, and that gave me the thing. Like he knew, like what I was. You know what I'm saying? And so afterwards, he's like, "Yo, you had the audacity." Yup, but I got to take them off now because they hurt my foot. I had to change shoes, bro. Yo, Jordans ain't nothing to play with, bro. Yeah, man. Yo, that's if you ever had. Yo, y'all wear Jordans, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Bro, you ever did something for a long time in Jordans, bro?
No.
No. A few hours, yeah. Like I guess if anything, like 3-4 hours, if that's considered long.
And then you got to hurry up and get them. Your dogs be like,
Oh, man.
yo.
But you know what's so funny? Like I think for me, like because silhouettes I rock are again like age appropriate. Like I'll rock a pair of ones. Initially they used to bother my feet. Yeah, it definitely was them circumstances where after a while it's like, yeah, I got to take these off.
You ever worked a 12-hour shift in them at work?
Oh no, well I definitely can't because of OSHA OSHA guidelines.
Yeah.
So I gotta wear steel toes. Those are a requirement.
You with Tim's?
I do. Yeah, actually, I got Timberland Pros.
Yeah, I'm messing around.
You laughing, but I do. I actually have Timberland Pros.
You got the black ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. A dude argued me down about Tim's versus Wolverine. Like,
What?
I'm not buying nothing called no Wolverine and putting it on my foot. Is you crazy?
Oh man.
Try. You ever heard of Wolverine boots?
Yeah, those are like the fake Tims. Yeah.
And you know, it's funny. They worker brands too. All of it is just worker brands.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not, but I'm about Wolverines and put them up. No. I'm not even a boot person like that. The last time I bought a pair of boots was the brown brush toe Maddens. Y'all remember Maddens?
Steve Madden?
Yeah, the cheap, the ones you get them in the store $70 or something at the store.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the brush toe Maddens because they was a different color than the rest of the shoe. You know how they start off coffee brown and then they fade going toward the back.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I bought a pair of those. They had the heel on them, and when I wore them shit bro. I wore them for my mother's birthday, bro. I felt like Rick James in them shit. No lie, bro. I felt like, man, I ain't never would. Can you imagine, bro? Can you imagine going to a function with heels on? Man, I ain't never. Man. Bro, I ain't never. Even right now, my favorite Cole Haans that I wear, they don't even have heels like that, bro. And I don't even wear them no more like that because they skinny on your foot like Jordans, bro. I don't even wear them no more, bro. Mm-hmm. Legit. I go buy a comfort shoe. Like whatever my foot feel comfortable. If it's fly, I don't care who made it. If it's fly and it's cheap, but it looked like something, I'll wear it. Right? Like I'll wear the polo boat shoes are like $60. I'll just keep buying the $60 polo boat shoe.
Right.
Like the khaki, the tan, the beige, the white, the sky blue, the real baby blue one.
Yep.
I'll probably have like 7 to 8 of them, and I'll wear them throughout the year. And then at the end of the year, I'll just, after you rotate them, I'll just take them to Goodwill or whatever.
Right.
And the lady be like, "These look new." No, they ain't new. I don't wear them. I just want, but I just rotate my shoes. I don't wear the same shoes every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, my shoe game ain't like DSJ now. DSJ, he talking about Jordans, right? I can buy 4 pair of those polo shoes for a pair of Jordans, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Yeah, but I won't lie. I'm very particular when it comes down to the J's. I don't just. I'm not that much of a sneakerhead where I buy every week.
Right.
Not anymore. I definitely have reformed and matured. But I think, you know, again, I'm very much a particular person. If I like a specific one, if I have an outfit or 7 to go with this one particular, then I'm gonna do that. But I don't do the every season. I gotta have 2 to 3 pair of Jordans. No, I don't do that anymore.
Okay.
But holler at me about these rare airs that are coming out. Yeah, I'm definitely getting those. I'm definitely getting my hands on some Air 4s.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I love that. I love that that colorway and that silhouette specifically. So yeah, I definitely get my hand on those. And it's like Spider-Man / Superman colorways, black, the hints of red and blue in it. So
right.
How did you get there though? Just I'm asking. So how do you get to these styles? Are you getting to these styles because it's what the ladies like to see, or?
Oh no, this is all me.
Okay.
And of course, initially, you know, you want to impress ladies, but I'm at a point now where I like what I like.
Right.
And
Right.
and if I think it looks good, then I'm clapping.
You gotta dress for yourself first before anybody else.
Yeah, it's just
Right.
I know how to put it together, so that way,
Right.
even as I do it for me, they get it and they see it, and it's like, oh yeah, it looks good. It looks
Right.
good on them.
Right. Definitely. If it look fly on you, then everybody else gonna think it look fly. So
Yeah,
you know, yeah. I
because like I said, I don't necessarily go looking for fishing for compliments. You know what I'm
right.
saying? But they do come.
Hmm.
So for me, it just it goes to show, like, yeah, okay, like I'm doing something right,
Right.
even if it is specifically my style. It's my style that universally people find aesthetically pleasing. So
Right.
I can't lose in those circumstances.
Right.
Parker Lewis.
Yeah. I don't even think people should try to dress for like to get attention from others. It should just be like if you see an outfit that you like and you think you look good in it, you should wear it because of that. Not because of oh well the girls think I'm gonna look good in this and you know.
Yeah, because what happens when eventually you start wanting to, like, you can't put a fit together
Mhm.
if it's based on somebody else's
Right.
appeal.
Right.
Because then what happens when it's like, okay, I like that colorway, but maybe it's not a popular colorway.
Hmm. They might want you in some Doc Martin boots and a dress. You gonna wear that because the women like it? You know?
Yeah, like right.
Wait a minute, y'all don't like Doc Martens?
Nah, I never rocked Doc Martens. Like Tim's was always my boots, but I mean the fashion is so different now. It's like I don't think you can't go off of what the women like. You gotta
Doc
go off of
Martens,
what you
bro,
like.
they
Man.
expensive, bro. Doc Martens is expensive.
That more
Yeah. Now, I like Doc Martens because I used to be a brawler, and like Doc
Mhm.
Martens used to be the brawler boot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Timberlands was like the dope boy boot,
Mhm.
right? You know what I'm saying? I ain't never been like the dope boy thing wasn't ever me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the streets or whatever. I felt like, now the other part that he said, never, never. A skirt? Never, bro.
Yeah, I'm not Russell Westbrook.
No, nah, man. But yeah. But I ain't gonna front. Mo picking out my outfit. We're gonna eat breakfast for Mother's Day. We're gonna do like pick up my mom. We're gonna go somewhere get some breakfast, probably ride out somewhere like Dillon, south of the border somewhere, and just get some breakfast or whatever.
So
But you gotta be, child, bro. You don't know what south of the border at, do you?
nah.
You ever heard south of the border? DSJ,
Yeah,
you ever heard south of the border?
Yeah, I've been there.
Right, yeah. So we ride somewhere in there, Laurinburg, somewhere, get like, a little something. You know what I'm saying? Eat breakfast and zip back. So the people that go to church, go to church. And so Uncle Freezy will be in front of the microphone, like half sleep, like doing the 718 boys and the old school Knicks joint or whatever. But yeah, man. So Mo
And then
Payne,
after that, take them to Bucky's.
yeah. Yeah. Why not, bro? Why, you know what I'm saying? We over there.
Hey, Miss Smoker, whatever kind of jerky you like.
When you say whatever kind of jerky, bro, whatever kind of jerky, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that man, like I went in Bucky's about a month and a half ago, bro. When he say whatever, bro, whatever flavor, bro, whatever flavor. But on the topic of your girl picking out, yeah, Mo probably pick out something. I got like 3 or 4 pink sweaters in the closet. She probably ain't gone. For Mother's Day, You already know, bro. It's official tissue, man. For Mother's Day, you know you gotta do your thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, y'all just real quick, man. Real quick, just y'all wanna listen to some music or something?
Okay.
Oh, sure.
All right. So I'm gonna say goodbye to everybody, to all our people on YouTube, right? All my people on YouTube, I'm gonna say la vie. Thank y'all for coming through. I'm gonna do a Mother's Day edition, like a Mother's Day hangout. Tell some story about Mom Dukes and all that stuff. We're gonna be on X over at Big Freezy on X. So we're gonna invite y'all to come through and hang out there with us. So I'm just gonna say goodbye to everybody on